A friend of 18-year-old Nolan Wells is speaking to ABC News about the teen's death on the 4th of July near an isolated barrier island off Mississippi. It's drawn national attention. ABC's Aaron Katursky has more.
Trayston Shepard says he and his friends are now getting threats. Shepard says he took a boat back from Horn Island in the late afternoon, but Wells stayed behind with a girl he had met. Wells did not have his phone, but his friend tells us that's not unusual while swimming.
When Nolan got in the water, he put his phone on the dash, also with probably other 15 phones.
His parents say Nolan Wells went nowhere without his phone, but on July 4th, he left it behind in the boat.
Florida is preparing to execute a 74-year-old convicted murderer. Dennis Sochor has been on death row since the 1980s and will be the oldest person ever put to death in the state. Later this month, Florida is set to execute an 80-year-old prisoner. I'm Brian Clark, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
72 degrees outside of our South Shore studios at 7:02. Good morning. I'm Dan McCready, WATD News. And the news being brought to you by Cape Cod 5. Passionate about supporting the financial wellness of individuals, families, and businesses across southeastern Massachusetts. Visit their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth today. Marshfield Select Board candidates Joe Pasevich and Chris Rowland weighed in on various issues during WATD's political forum, broadcast live last night. Candidate Jack Griffin did not participate. The candidates were asked that the $7 million override proposal that was approved by town meeting last month should go on the ballot. Rowland supports the override going before the voters.
This issue went through the proper channels to be addressed and give the people of Marshfield an opportunity to look at the numbers, look at the deficit, look at our budget. And as many people know, I'm on an advisory board right now, and I can tell you that we spent countless hours with department heads talking to them about their budgets and what they really would need to work to keep the town running smoothly. And the more we got into it, the more we realized there is truly a need for an override. This is a very personal decision for people. And so when it goes to town meeting, and overwhelmingly it is voted at town meeting to take this to a ballot question and make sure that people have the opportunity to vote about it. I am for that, and my understanding is the other two opponents of mine are not. So I think it needs to go to ballot.
Pasevich does not favor the override.
Well, I disagree strongly that we need an override this year, very strongly. And secondly, as Mr. Rowland said, contrary to what he said, it did not go through the proper channel. The override contingency budget was never voted onto the warrant. The selectmen did not vote to open the warrant. They did not vote to add that contingency budget to the warrant, as sloppy as it is. And they never voted to then close the warrant. It has not gone through the proper channels. So the first thing that has to be done in answer to the question is we need to do the budget correct. It starts with hiring a new town administrator. We've got a couple of good candidates in the wings waiting right now, and I have very good feelings about both of them. And that's the first thing. Next, charge that person and the advisory board with putting together a budget to be presented to the voters in January according to our charter.
And you can hear the entire Marshfield Select Board political forum on our website, 959WATD.com. And the Marshfield special election is Saturday, July 25th. WATD News Time 7:05. More of the day's top stories still to come.
At Cape Cod 5, we know that strong businesses create strong communities. That's why we're committed to being more than just a bank. We're a trusted financial partner dedicated to helping businesses of all sizes thrive. Whether it's a local business looking for its first loan, a family-owned business planning for the next generation, or an expanding company seeking new opportunities, we provide the financial solutions and personalized support to fuel success. Reach out to us. We're here to help. CapeCod5.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 401717.
WATD News Time 7:06, and the news being brought to you by Life Care Center of the South Shore. They're looking to hire full-time, part-time, and per diem nurses and nursing assistants for all shifts. Contact them directly or visit lifecarecareers.com. The Quincy Quarry and Granite Workers Museum recently moved a well-known local home and brought it to museum grounds. Abigail Stubulis of Granite City Partners explained how they moved the home that once stood near the Quincy-Milton line.
we got a call that we were going to save Quincy's last standing granite house. And so we had to carefully deconstruct all the blocks and move them a couple miles away to this site where they could be preserved and reused for many years to come, which was very exciting. So we ended up building the frame and carefully placing all the blocks as best we could. And what we have here today is a wonderful museum that's going to be here for a very long time. So we're very excited.
Mayor Koch also spoke with museum founder and director Al Bina about the restoration of a rail car.
Put it together, oiled it up the whole bit, and now that is going to be for presentations as well, all right?
Yes, yeah, that will be here. They'll be on its own little platform and kind of like a covering over that, definitely protected from the weather.
And that was the car that brought the granite down the hill to get it to water, which was for the Bug Hill Long ago, correct?
Correct, yep, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of history right here. You know, the railway enthusiasts now will be really interested in coming and visit the city of Quincy.
Yeah.
To view the first commercial rail car in America.
And you were just a kid when that was operating.
Oh, yeah.
To learn more about the museum, go to quincyquarrymuseum.org. WATD News Time coming up on 7:08. Traffic and weather on the 9s next.
Hi, I'm Beth Burke, Director of Admissions and Marketing at Life Care Center of the South Shore.
And I'm Sam Corey, Executive Director of Life Care Center of the South Shore. Choosing a nursing home for short-term rehab or long-term care is serious business. You want a place whose focus is on great care, exceptional rehab, and a clean, home-like environment. We will do whatever it takes to not only meet, but exceed those expectations.
Should you need to go to a skilled nursing and rehab center after a hospital stay, Life Care Center of the South Shore is here for you. Our trusted care team has helped thousands of folks get better and back home quickly and safely after a hospital stay. So if inpatient short-term rehab is for you, use your voice and make the right choice. Tell your doctor or hospital you choose Life Care Center of the South Shore. Please call me, Beth Burke, at 781-545-1370 to schedule a private consult or tour today.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. The time now is 7:09 on your Tuesday morning drive, and as we scan the highways for you this morning, taking a look for any incidents, looks like just heavy volume right now. No issues as far as any crashes or breakdowns on the expressway, but 27 minutes, Braintree to Boston, slow going from Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. On the South Shore, Route 3 on the northbound side looks good. You're making good time up from Plymouth into Hingham. Slow down start before Route 18 up into Braintree. The southbound side is getting busier. That will approach about a mile at the Sagamore. 25 east is slow at the Bourne. 24 is some slow spots up through Avon and Stoughton. 93 is a little busy out of Braintree over to Canton. 128's heavy, 95 to 109 in Dedham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
The only heat relief that you'll find today across Greater Boston, the Metro South, and the South Shore won't be by the water. It'll be in the water. The Massachusetts Bay water temperature right now is at 70 degrees, so you'd have to take a dip if you're looking to get some heat relief. Otherwise, you'll need to be in the pool during the course of the day today, or maybe in an air-conditioned ice cream parlor. My forecast calls for an ample amount of sunshine here for the day today. Heat advisories are in play all the way into tomorrow. Your top temp today in Boston into the mid-90s. By the way, this is the hottest meteorological summer to date in Boston, and we're just going to keep adding on to the average temperature here with some of these really high temperatures. The heat index for later today close to 100 degrees after starting out this morning near 70. For tonight, it's mainly clear. Overnight low temperatures in Boston might not get beyond the upper 70s. Should be into the mid-70s across the South Shore. Mostly sunny, hot for Wednesday. Your top temp in the low and mid-90s, again with a baking breeze. Thursday, sunny and hot. So is Friday. Thursday's high, though, a little bit higher, into the low 90s than Friday. Friday's top temp in the mid-80s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
72 degrees at the weather station WATD. I'm Dan McCready at 7:11. The South Shore's morning news continues now on 95.9 WATD.
Thanks for waking up with us. This South Shore's morning news, 95.9 FM on your radio, everywhere on the Audacy app. And we got the YouTube feed up live, WATD Radio on YouTube. You can watch, like, and subscribe. WATD Radio on YouTube. You can also get a chat room in there as well. So check that out, and you can comment in the YouTube chat room, WATD Radio on YouTube. I'm Rob Hakala. Dan's in our newsroom, and intern Anthony is here, as he is here every Tuesday and Thursday morning. Anthony, good morning to you.
Good morning, Rob.
Great to see you, our intern from Emerson, and of course the town of Rockland, where it gets very hot and steamy in the summer, as it will today, I guess.
Oh yeah, no beaches in Rockland to cool down at.
No sea breeze in Rockland.
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah. Towns like Abington and Whitman, no coastal land. It does get nicer by the beach sometimes. It depends on the breeze. Let's see. I love low tide usually when I go to the beach. High tide is going to be at 11:50, so about 12 o'clock. Not a lot of beach real estate during the hot time of the day. Low tide will be about 5:49, so if you want to do one of those maybe dinners or some snacks on the beach later, that might be kind of nice. A little bit later at 5:49 will be low tide tonight. All right, so Anthony, what's going on? You watched the home run derby last night?
I did not watch it.
No. Anybody watch the home run? Do the kids still love baseball? Kids love baseball, right? You still love baseball. Okay. All right, so they always talk about baseball, becoming less exciting to people as time goes on. But I think, it depends on, obviously, if you got a red-hot team, people still are coming out. It still draws a crowd.
Yeah, for sure.
Yankees games still do very well.
Who doesn't want to
when
go
the
to
Yankees
a Red
come to
Sox
town.
game?
Yeah, exactly.
It's fun.
We're going to have Red Sox Day tomorrow. I'm going to tell you about that.
Wow.
With the Irving. That's our big broadcast tomorrow, We're heading over to the Irving for Red Sox Day.
That'll be a good one.
Wally the Green Monster, maybe win Red Sox tickets tomorrow, 11-1 at the Irving, 92 Washington Street in Pembroke. All right, so All-Star game tonight. I probably will not be watching. It's at 8 o'clock tonight. American League versus National League. Go American League. Yay. But I am excited to see how the Red Sox do. I know it hasn't been the best year for them, but that's, they've had this great winning streak, and it'd be nice to see that continue.
For sure.
World Cup, you into World Cup? I think this has been very exciting.
It's winding down now.
Yeah, these are your 4 teams.
Yeah.
These are the best of the best, supposedly. So who do you like? You've got, let's see, today it's going to be France versus Spain. That'll be this afternoon at 3, and then tomorrow, the big matchup of England versus Argentina.
Yikes.
Both of these matchups should be good.
It's going to be good. Those are all good teams. All previous winners, too.
Yep.
They've all won a World Cup.
So who goes to the finals, right? France, Spain, England, Argentina. So France, Spain today at 3. England, Argentina is tomorrow at 3. So we'll see what happens. I guess I'm still told France is the team. I guess everyone is saying
France
is the team
is very good. Argentina is very good.
Yeah,
all 4 of the teams are really good.
Yeah, they've all got star players.
Exactly.
And as you said too, they've all been there. So we'll see what happens today.
We want to hear who you're rooting for in the chat line.
Yeah, let us know. The text line is 781-837-4900. Text in if you can, because I'm not sure if the thing is broken. It seems to be stuck. I don't know. It hasn't really. I don't know. But try texting in at 781-837-4900.
You can always comment on the YouTube.
Yes, you can go there. I have to go see. Maybe if we can, we'll kick it during the 7:30 news. See if we can get the thing to pop back up. Let's see. So we were talking about very hot temperatures, and so you know what that means. Very warm, so people will be heading to the beach perhaps, or to a store to use their air conditioning, or it might be a good idea to go to a movie today, right?
Those theaters are cold too, so might
I know.
Be a good
I see
idea.
people bringing in blankets and all that stuff.
You got a friend in me.
Oh yeah, thank you, Randy.
You got a friend in me.
me. All right, so that's from the original. I guess what Taylor Swift, I think, sings the song.
She does, yeah, in
So-
the credit scene, or yeah.
By the way, so I saw Toy Story 5. I'm going to see it. I don't know if Disney went woke or not. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was a good.
I liked it.
Some
actually.
people I saw were mad because they thought, that Woody and Buzz Lightyear were kind of tossed to the side. But this was supposed to be more of a Jesse story going in. And you had a lot of Woody and Buzz. I think with 5 Toy Stories, it's okay to give Jesse a little bit of
there's a lot of characters, too, so...
There is, and I know you can't really enjoy all of them, but I thought it was fun.
It was a good movie.
Toy Story, do I think it's the best of the franchise? No. I mean, it's hard, I think, the longer you go to have it be better. I was thinking that it might be better than Toy Story 4, though. I was trying to think of ranking them.
The impossible task.
Yeah, well, I think you'd always put one, right? Wouldn't you? Toy Story 1. And then for some reason, my sister was saying that 3 should be above 2.
I was going to say 3 was really good.
Yeah, so I was going to do 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. But then they were saying, no, 3 is really good. Is that with Lotso?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I can't even remember what's in all of them.
Well, who could?
Yeah, there's
right?
a lot.
There's too many. You're just supposed to go see it and give Disney money, I guess, when it comes out. And I did. Tom Hanks, Tim Allen were back. Joan Cusack, of course, Jesse. Tom is Woody, and Tim Allen is Buzz Lightyear. And there also was Conan O'Brien.
Oh, yeah.
As well was the Smarty Pants character, which was a funny character, I thought.
Yeah, that was a good character.
So the story was all about, an important message. Some people said maybe they didn't do enough to say, about tech being, how do you navigate with tech, and the old style toys are kind of tossed to the side in favor of social media and being connected. And they had some of the original tech, including Smarty Pants, who was, I guess it's kind of a toilet training toy.
Yeah.
Voiced by Conan O'Brien. Yeah, and so it was kind of like original tech, from
flip phone, camera.
Yeah, I guess I was going to say 90s, but really even the early zeros. I guess you could say that. And they were all out of batteries, as you know, sitting in a drawer. And Jesse brought Smarty Pants back to life, I guess. He was kind of dying there, and so he needed some batteries back.
Snappy! Atlas! They're still here! Oh, Bossy Cowgirl, we have to turn it back on!
No way! The last thing this world needs is more devices.
What? You're just gonna shove them back in the dark forever? Do you have any idea what that's like?
Fine. We gotta make this quick.
Yes! Number 1, you made number 1.
There are a lot of number 1 and number 2 jokes.
Atlas! Snappy!
Morty?
Oh,
Is it really you?
It's really me!
Oh my goodness,
yes.
you look great.
The double A team is back!
Mambo's
decided after that
The double A team is back.
I liked that scene. That was cute.
That was kind of fun, yeah. So overall, I thought, I don't think it's the great. I think most people would enjoy it, though. I think like most of these, it's good for parents and for kids. And as I said, the original Toy Story came out. We're going back to 1995 for the original one. So it's still enjoyable. It's familiar. I get it. And overall, I didn't think it was bad, and I thought it was probably better than 4. So, I don't know where they're going. By the way, did you stick around until the end?
I did see the end.
Okay, I was going to say, I was glad I did. How many people leave during the credits, right?
Yeah. Lesson learned. Don't do that.
Don't do
that. A lot
of
movies nowadays do.
They're
the
sneaking that
scenes.
in.
Yeah,
I love that. I don't know why I enjoy it. For some reason, I think that somehow I'm getting something extra. It's like a bonus.
I mean, even like it's at least worth searching on Google when the movie ends. Is there a post-credit scene? Because then you can know to stay.
Yeah.
Or just sit there and wait.
If you're a fan of Toy Story, I would recommend you go see it. I imagine you probably, most of the people, if you love Toy Story, you probably already have. But if you haven't and you're looking forward, today is a good day to do it because they usually on Tuesdays, I know at the Showcase Cinema at the Hanover Crossing, they have a very good deal on movie tickets on Tuesdays. That's when we saw it, on a Tuesday, And, you're going to save money. And then, of course, I made the mistake by buying all sorts of popcorn and drinks, too.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
I know. They always do. All right. It is 7:19, traffic and weather on the 9s. And let's get a look at the drive this morning along Route 3 northbound. It's heavy starting between Derby and Route 18 up into Braintree. The expressway is jammed from Braintree up towards Columbia Road. 24 northbound delay started Harrison Boulevard in Avon up towards 93. 93 is slow before Route 28 over to Canton. 128 heavy 95 to 109. Now let's get a check of those Cape bridges. 3 south, about 1.25 miles at the Sagamore. 25 east is slow on the approach to the Bourne. Route 44, traffic light delays at 105 in Oliver Mill Park in Middleborough. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Let's get the details now on your weather. And our weather forecast is being sponsored by Contemporary Prosthodontics. Contemporary Prosthodontics for any dental treatment you need, all under one roof. Visit Contemporary Prosthodontics. Call today for a free consultation or visit contemporarypro.com.
The only heat relief that you'll find today across Greater Boston, the Metro South, and the South Shore won't be by the water. It'll be in the water. The Massachusetts Bay water temperature right now is at 70 degrees, so you'd have to take a dip if you're looking to get some heat relief. Otherwise, you'll need to be in the pool during the course of the day today, or maybe in an air-conditioned ice cream parlor. My forecast calls for an ample amount of sunshine here for the day today. Heat advisories are in play all the way into tomorrow. Your top temp today in Boston into the mid-90s. By the way, this is the hottest meteorological summer to date in Boston, and we're just going to keep adding on to the average temperature here with some of these really high temperatures. The heat index for later today close to 100 degrees after starting out this morning near 70. For tonight, it's mainly clear. Overnight low temperatures in Boston might not get beyond the upper 70s. Should be into the mid-70s across the South Shore. Mostly sunny, hot for Wednesday. Your top temp in the low and mid-90s, again with a baking breeze. Thursday sunny and hot, so is Friday. Thursday's high, though, a little bit higher, into the low 90s than Friday. Friday's top temp in the mid-80s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Thanks, Josh. And right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, the temperature 73 degrees at the weather station, WATD. Still to come, we'll get an update on the morning sports, and we'll also check in with our digital pro, Kim Commando.
I'm Dr. Wiemeyer from Contemporary Prosthodontics in Duxbury. If you have dental problems such as worn, broken, or missing teeth, dentures that aren't fitting right, or your smile just isn't what it used to be, a prosthodontist is the dental specialist that can help you. We can design a treatment for you that can be accomplished entirely in our office. Veneers, crowns, bridges, dental implants, dentures, you name it. We also offer financial solutions to make it affordable. Call us today for a free consultation, 781-934-2300, or find us at contemporarypro.com.
7:23, time now for WATD Sports. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. All right, well, we had the Home Run Derby last night in Philadelphia, and your winner, in fact, the first St. Louis Cardinals to ever have won the Home Run Derby last night, it was Jordan Walker defeating hometown favorite Kyle Schwarber. We'll get more on that in just a minute from the AP. For the Red Sox, though, Wilson Contreras put on a show while representing the Red Sox. He had a special bat modeled after the video game character Bowser, a villain in the Mario series, and he used that last night. However, he came up short against Kyle Schwarber. The All-Star game is tonight at 8 in Philadelphia. The Red Sox, they will resume action on Friday afternoon when they start a four-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays, and that will be Friday afternoon for that game at 1:35. All right, Lau, let's get the update on all the rest of the sports, and we're going to check in with the AP this time around. We'll check in with the AP's Mike Hempen for an update again on the All-Star game and more of the rest of the sports as well on WATD. And here's Mike Hempen with that report for us. And we'll have that for you in just a moment.
AP Sports, I'm Mike Hempen. Jordan Walker silenced Philadelphia's Bluebirds by homering on his last 6 swings, chasing down Phillies slugger Kyle Schwarber in the final round to win the Home Run Derby. Walker becomes the first St. Louis Cardinal to do so. This evening, it's Major League Baseball's All-Star Game. Philadelphia's Christopher Sanchez will start for the National League. Toronto's Dylan Cease will be on the mound for the American League. This afternoon, France and Spain meet in a World Cup semifinal game in Dallas. Utah Jazz guard Trey Alexander was taken from the court on a stretcher Monday night after appearing to injure his side on a drive to the basket in an NBA Summer League game against the Bulls. No word on his injury. And Josh Allen was voted the NFL's top quarterback by the Associated Press in a preseason survey. I'm Mike Hempen.
Friends with Benefits, Thursday nights at 9 on WATD. Join the roundtable as they explore everything from relationships and social issues to life stories, sports, and events. It's Brian Stratton's Friends with Benefits with your hosts Paul Kearney, Gabe Sirota, and Bob Anderson. Proudly sponsored by Atlantis Sports Clubs and Corey Brothers Stump Grinding. Thursday nights at 9 on 95.9 WATD. Time now for our digital pro, Kim Commando, at 7:27 on WATD.
Endless scrolling is the most addictive trick in social media. Engineers built it that way on purpose. California is now trying to kill it. Or you can kill it yourself for about the price of a pizza. I'm Kim Commando for ExpressVPN. With one click, ExpressVPN keeps your online activity private and secure. Get 4 extra months at expressvpn.com/Kim. Endless Scroll is engineered to trap you. There's no bottom of the page, no stopping point. That's the design. California kids average 5 hours a day on social media. So Assemblyman Josh Lowenthal wrote a bill banning addictive features like endless scroll, autoplay, and notifications for anyone under 16. Now it's sitting in the state Senate. Tens of thousands of parents already fixed this themselves. They handed their kids a flip phone. No feed, no scroll. Young adults who made the switch say they have less stress and more hours in their day. A new smartphone runs $1,000 or more. A flip phone, about $30 to buy back 5 hours a day. Get my newsletter, getkim.com.
Your best source for local news. Depend on the South Shore's largest radio newsroom, 95.9 WATD and 95.9WATD.com.
Coming to you from the beautiful WATD Coastal Heritage Bank Studios. Check it out on YouTube, Coastal Heritage Bank Studios. Community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. Thank you, Coastal Heritage Bank. I'm Rob Hakala with the morning team. Anthony is our intern. And let's see here just a moment, Anthony, if we can... hold on a second. I'm just going to go and... I'm sorry, I hate to do this, the text line, but... Just gotta try to see what... Okay, all right. We've shaken a few texts loose now. It is coming in. Go. There we go. And let's see. Oh, okay. We have a few people. Who would you like to see in the finals for the World Cup? All right. We got our own Kevin Tachi checking in. He'd like to see France versus Argentina. Argentina. I think that'd be a good matchup. I think those are the favors to be in the final, too. And Pete from Hingham says, I want to see a great France versus Argentina final. So there you go. All right. That's two people.
Two competitive teams.
Yeah, I think I'd be happy with that. I mean, obviously, I have to root for Argentina tomorrow versus England.
Yeah.
You know, my wife said, she's taking the whole day off, as you know. But France and Spain, she's hoping Spain will win. She thinks it'll be easier to take on Spain in the final. Of course, you got to get by England, which is not easy as well. All of these teams have ways to win. They can also be vulnerable at times as well. So it'll be really interesting. It just depends on what happens. France versus Spain, England versus Argentina. Who would you like for the finals? Dan, do you have a pick for the two teams that you would like to see go at it? Or
my mom's rooting for England. So
England, okay. So England versus she would like to see England win the whole thing then.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, and I know they've been wanting to do that for a while, I guess, from what I understand. So we'll see what happens. First game is today with France versus Spain at 3.
That's going to be a real slobber knocker, as they would say.
Yeah, these both. I'm excited for both of these games. 3 o'clock today. So, all right, enjoy those. We'll talk more about those coming up, and you can text in at 781-837-4900 on the text line, now up and running. Sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. WATD traffic and weather. The expressway northbound is heavy from Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. Route 3 on the northbound side, we've got delays as you make your way up We had some reduced speeds up approaching Route 18 and Union Street. Southbound is slow about a mile at the Sagamore. 25 east, about a 3/4 mile backup at the Bourne. 24 north delays start before Harrison Boulevard up towards 139. South Shore weather, the heat's going to be the story today. Hot and humid, 95, the heat index near 100. 73 right now in Marshfield, 7:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
73 degrees outside of our South Shore studios at 7:30. Good morning, I'm Dan McCready, WATD News. And the news being brought to you by Cabillions Car Care. Does your AC feel lacking in this summer heat? Schedule your AC inspection at Cabillions today to make sure your cabin's cool all summer long. Visit Cabillions today at 104 Mattakesa Street in Pembroke. A Duxbury mom accused of murdering her 3 kids before attempting to take her own life faced her final pretrial hearing yesterday afternoon, where she was denied a motion to add women who suffer from postpartum psychosis or hallucinations to her witness list. In Plymouth Superior Court, Judge William Sullivan denied Lindsay Clancy's motion, saying he expects expert explanations of postpartum psychosis to suffice.
It really hinged a lot upon the testimony of experts. And in this case, I anticipate there's going to be experts. They're going to talk about the reality of this postpartum depression and postpartum psychosis. So that's coming up. And these are testimony that will come from the experts, I think, on both sides. It doesn't seem like there's a question whether or not postpartum depression or psychosis is real. All the experts seem to agree that it's real. So because of the ability to get the probative part of what those women would bring to the court, the experts can give that. So I'm going to deny the motion at this time.
Clancy faces murder charges in the deaths of her 5-year-old daughter Cora, 3-year-old son Dawson, and 7-month-old baby Callan. She has pleaded not guilty. Clancy is scheduled to face a jury next Monday at 9 a.m. in Plymouth Superior Court. The Marshfield Select Board candidates Chris Rowland and Joe Pasevich discussed the issues facing the town during WATD's political forum broadcast live last night. Candidate Jack Griffin did not participate. Candidates were asked what makes them the best candidate. Pasevich says he has decades of involvement in town government.
I've had the best awards bestowed upon me by establishment in this town. I am an anti-government, venom-spewing naysayer, okay? I am over the target, and that's where the flak is heaviest, and there's no better award or medal I could ever get. And I have been the leader on many things, fighting the Maryland Street 40B, fighting the Beacon 40B, trying to get the airport environmental damage under control, monitoring so many projects. But I have taken the initiative, and I hate corruption, and I hate dishonesty to my core. And I want openness and respect for our taxpayers. My record proves it. That is at the heart of me and my soul.
Rowland says he has leadership skills.
I have a track record of leadership, not just in this town, but also in organizations, charitable organizations, the companies I've worked for. I've been tapped many, many times to be in a leadership role, and I don't always seek those roles out. For example, when the previous select board decided not to renew the chair of the advisory board for no other reason but they thought they needed some change on that board, even though that member, that chair was doing an excellent job, I had joined that board and I had no intention of being a leader, and my own peers in that board in less than 3 months of me being on the board elected me chair. And I've been chair of that board, I've been chair of the Capital Budget Committee, and of course I've been chair of the Select Board. Leaders are people that people follow, and I have a track record of people following me, and I have a track record of really listening to people and what they care about and trying to help them and make things happen with them.
And you can hear the entire Marshfield Select Board Political Forum on our website, 959watd.com. The Marshfield special election is Saturday, July 25th. WATD News Time, 7:35. More of the day's top stories still to come.
Hi there, it's Paul Kabillion from Kabillions Car Care at 104 Mattakesa Street in Pembroke. Vacation season is here, and the time to take care of your car is now, before those road trips. Kabillions is always here to make sure you're road ready. To schedule an appointment, call 781-834-6558. Find us at 104 Mattakesa Street in Pembroke, or find us online at KabillionsCarCare.com.
Thanks a million, Mr. Kabillion!
WATD News Time, 7:36, and the news being brought to you by South Shore Gutter Monkeys. Experience exceptional care for your home with professional gutter cleaning, repair, and installation services. Contact South Shore Gutter Monkeys for a free estimate today. A working group is looking to revitalize Veterans Memorial Park in Pembroke. WATD's Christian Maitre has more.
Pembroke residents heard a presentation at the community center on a plan to revitalize Veterans Memorial Park. The plan includes a design for a new memorial honoring members of Pembroke's militia who served during the Revolutionary War. Chris Perry, chair of the project's working group, explains.
This idea of commemorating the militias back from the Revolutionary War, that is actually starting to take precedence. Getting those militia members remembered is important to our community and to who Pembroke is.
Sean Keegan, vice chair of the working group, shared some of the infrastructural improvements planned for the park, which is located in front of First Church on Center Street.
And get better grass out there, irrigation, some electricity so we can light things up, and just make it something that we can all be proud of.
In terms of funding, Perry said he doesn't want to pay for the project with residents' tax dollars.
Most of the money will be coming from grant money, CPC money, feds, and the Commonwealth. The individual resident of Pembroke is not to be taxed. That is the ultimate goal.
He said he hopes to start construction by next year and gave an estimated total cost of $550,000 to $600,000 for the project. Reporting from Pembroke, Christian Maitre, WATD News.
WATD News Time, 7:38. Traffic and weather on the 9s next.
I'm Bobby Downspout of the South Shore Gutter Monkeys, and today we recognize another everyday American hero, the South Shore Gutter Monkey Gutter Installation Team. No I in team. Covering the entire South Shore, these defenders of drainage will remove your old gutters and scrape and paint the fascia board so the surface is South Shore Gutter Monkey approved. We're talking smooth. Replacing damaged trim is no problem for these woodworking primates, and with the gutter installation truck right on the premises, these aerial artisans of extruded aluminum will custom build and install your new gutters, with every member of the team actually using a level for proper pitch. And with the benefit of battery-operated tools and the use of the opposable thumb, these prehensiled primates of the sky will install your new gutters behind the drip edge and double seal your end caps and miters for a lifelong watertight seal. Yowza! To see a live performance at your home, call the South Shore Gutter Monkeys at 508-477-9100. Now write that number down. Or visit SouthShoreGutterMonkeys.com. Take it, Johnny.
No monkeys were harmed in the making of this commercial.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. It is 7:39, and we want to thank our great road reporter for checking in. We got something to watch out for on the expressway on the northbound side. Paul checking in. Thank you, road reporter Paul. We got a minor crash on the expressway northbound between a semi-truck and a small Toyota, blocking the right lane as you get on from Granite. Northbound expressway near Granite, watch out for a right lane crash there. It is heavy and slow most of the way up now from Braintree up towards Andrews Square. The drive time Braintree to Boston is coming in. It's got to be over a half hour, 31 minutes, Braintree to Boston. Route 3 on the northbound side, pockets, Route 18 in Weymouth up into Braintree. Also, we got a pocket now, Route 3 northbound slowing down near the Route 14 ramp in Duxbury. 3 south is slow about a mile at the Sagamore, 25 east, a 3/4 mile at the Bourne. 24 is slow through Avon and Stoughton, and 93 is busy out of Braintree over to Canton. 128 is heavy, 95 to 109 in Dedham. We do have a crash reported on 95 South. In the breakdown lane, a vehicle went off the road in Mansfield, 95 South after 495. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. And this report is sponsored by the Early Law Group. Injured, call early before it's too late. Early Law Group and attorney Chris Early have helped thousands of Massachusetts injury victims fight for the compensation they deserve. Call early before it's too late. 617-444-7777. 617-444-7777. Now, South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory this morning, the sunrise just shy of 5:20 a.m. Of course, we're losing fractions of seconds every day in terms of daylight length now that we're well past the summer solstice. But despite that, we still have quite the high sun angle, and that, in conjunction with high pressure, sets the stage for some pure summer sizzle here for the day today at Blue Hill and across all of eastern Massachusetts. Look for the heat index to top out close to 100 degrees at Blue Hill here for later today. We're starting off our morning with temperatures in the mid-60s, and my forecast calls for high temperatures this afternoon to be into the mid-90s. But again, the heat index will be much higher, factoring in the humidity. Coming up for tonight, look for a mainly clear sky. Some truly tropical times. Overnight lows into the mid-70s with a balmy southwesterly breeze. Could be looking at near record high minimum temperatures tonight. For tomorrow, for your Wednesday, look for an ample amount of sun. Still hot. The high temperature in the mid-90s. Thursday, sunny and hot as well with highs in the low 90s. Friday, back into the upper 80s, but still with plenty of sun. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
73 degrees at the weather station WATD. I'm Dan McCready at 7:42. The South Shore's morning news continues now on 95.9 WATD.
The South Shore's morning news rolls on. Rob Hakala with the morning team. Dan's in our newsroom. Anthony is our intern helping out with the broadcast. He's happy to take your calls. 781-837-4900 if there was a reason to call. Don't have any reason right now, but he's there. Text line is available, and it seems to be working. 781-837-4900, sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. You bend it, they mend it. You better believe it. Auto Shine Auto Body. Thank you, Maria and Auto Shine. All right, so we're asking one of the questions, who would you like to see in the World Cup matchup? And looks like most of the listeners so far would like to see that Argentina-France matchup. That would be a good one.
It's going to be a tough match.
Yeah, I have been reading a lot about, obviously, the age of Messi from Argentina some of the other people on the team. They, of course, have done it before. They did it last year. Could they repeat?
Messi is one of the biggest celebrities on the planet.
Yeah.
So
I've been enjoying watching him. I have, but I've been enjoying watching all of these teams. I was really rooting for Norway.
They had a good run.
They had a good run. Let's see. I think Lord Hadaway checked in. I wish I was in. Oh, wait a minute. No. Lord Hadaway is saying I was in London.
Oh, wow.
Not I wish. Lord Hadaway was in London. Okay, so now we know. Well, Lord Hadaway was on vacation. Maybe in London. I was in London for the England versus Norway game. Oh my gosh, that must have been. The atmosphere there in the city was incredible.
I'm sure the crowds were insane, right?
That's incredible. I know. It was. It is the intense. I mean, obviously, I feel like we would be excited here, but obviously it's nothing that we're used to. Someone was saying, if some of the stars that are playing soccer, if they were born in the U.S., they might be on a football team, for example, or something. It's just that they would be focused in different areas. So the U.S., I don't know when we'll get to that point, because we have so many of these other great sports that I understand take a lot of attention. And it's not the same. Obviously, as I said, down where my wife is from, they close the whole place.
Exactly. The country's just closed.
They have holidays. People are lazy if the team. It's crazy. I say I don't understand that. I don't really get to shut the whole place down. I mean, we don't
have that culture.
No. The closest we get is just like everybody sitting around watching the Super Bowl. I feel like, and maybe not driving around that night, but there's something about, I've seen, where, again, the intensity is crazy. I did like somebody posted a video saying, it was very upset because of all the, in Norway, people taking to the streets rioting after their loss. I don't know if you saw the video, but it's just an empty street at night with one man kicking over a trash can. Norway going nuts! A little bit of a different story there. But anyway, England versus Norway, I imagine that must have been a fun moment to see Lord Hadaway over there across the pond. All right, so who would you like? Do you care about any of these four teams? France and Argentina is a popular matchup, but I know Nina says that she would like to see England beat Argentina and Spain beat France.
I think those are the underdogs. Who doesn't like a good underdog story? It might be good.
Yeah, although I've been hearing, I've been hearing a lot of the English commentators talk, and they are feeling pretty good about their chances against Argentina. They've been saying they were saying that they don't even have to be at their best. I know. Wow. I was listening to one guy. I was like, "Oh wow!" It just made the people in Argentina angry. Because there is some history there as well. Between England and Argentina. So we'll see. It's Spain and France today at 3, and then England versus Argentina tomorrow at 3. So text in on that or any other topic as well. You're welcome. Gray Wolf from Kingston checking in. Good morning, Gray Wolf. He's listening, always texting in. Text line works. Kevin Tachi is checking in again, and he says, good morning, Rob and Anthony. He would like to see France and Argentina. While the underdog story is interesting, people really want to see the best of the best compete, says Kevin. And that's what France and Argentina would be. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, you definitely would see that, I guess.
It's Mbappe versus Messi, which a lot of people want to see.
I know. A lot of people want to see that. You wonder, is that the way it's going to be set up? Yeah. I know with a lot of this stuff, there's so much, you could dig in. If you want to go down to into a rabbit hole, you can certainly read all the conspiracies, I suppose.
I know they're competing for the golden boot too.
Yeah,
for the MVP trophy.
Oh,
yeah.
Who gets that?
Yeah,
because Messi and
Mbappe,
are tied, right?
With I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
so they're competing for that too. There's just layers to it,
Okay,
it would be a good matchup.
All right, and Kevin says he agrees. He goes, "That's what the people want to see. That's what the people want to see. Give them the story." All right, so we'll talk a little bit more about that if you want. You can chime in on that. It's 781-837-4900 on who you would like to see. Coming up after 8, we're going to be checking in with our tech guy, David Snell. He's something about Apple iPhones is going to be the topic this week when David Snell joins us. He's going to talk about recent settlement involving the Apple iPhone, and we'll talk with David Snell coming up after the news at 8 on 95.9 WATD. Coming up next, we'll get a look at the roads and the weather forecast, traffic and weather. It's in 1 minute.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
When you first saw her, she was out walking her dog. You didn't notice her at first. But when you finally did, it was too late. Because at that moment, you were speeding. She was out walking her dog and only had a second to let go of the leash. Your foot was on the gas, and her life was on the line. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Back out to your drive at 7:49. WATD's traffic and weather on the 9s. And the expressway northbound remains jammed. Furnace Brook up to Southampton Street. We did have a minor crash on the right near Granite Ave to watch out for. Route 3 is slow before Route 18 in Weymouth up to the split. We also have occasional pockets heading up in Duxbury. Southbound is slow about a mile at the Sagamore. 25 East is slow at the Bourne. 44 is slow at the lights at 105 at Oliver Mill Park in Middleborough. Also heavy westbound approaching the Middleborough Rotary. 24 is slow as you make your way out of Brockton and Avon up towards 93. 93 is slow out of Braintree over to Canton. 128 heavy. 95 to 109. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Another stretch of hot temperatures around the South Shore. Meteorologist Josh Nichols' report is sponsored by Hingham Lumber, the Better Builders Yard. Visit them for just about everything you need over at Hingham Lumber, whether it be, again, Services like kitchen and bath design, paint consultation, tool and equipment rental. Visit them online, hinghamlumber.com, or stop by their newly renovated Cohasset storefront today.
The only heat relief that you'll find today across Greater Boston, the Metro South, and the South Shore won't be by the water. It'll be in the water. The Massachusetts Bay water temperature right now is at 70 degrees, so you'd have to take a dip if you're looking to get some heat relief. Otherwise, you'll need to be in the pool during the course of the day today, or maybe in an air-conditioned ice cream parlor. My forecast calls for an ample amount of sunshine here for the day today. Heat advisories are in play all the way into tomorrow. Your top temp today in Boston into the mid-90s. By the way, this is the hottest meteorological summer to date in Boston, and we're just going to keep adding on to the average temperature here with some of these really high temperatures. The heat index for later today close to 100 degrees after starting out this morning near 70. For tonight, it's mainly clear. Overnight low temperatures in Boston might not get beyond the upper 70s. Should be into the mid-70s across the South Shore. Mostly sunny, hot for Wednesday. Your top temp in the low and mid-90s, again with a baking breeze. Thursday, sunny and hot. So is Friday. Thursday's high, though, a little bit higher, into the low 90s than Friday. Friday's top temp in the mid-80s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Thanks, Josh. And right now, 73 in Marshfield. Sports next.
Can you imagine the morning sun spilling into your kitchen, or soft daylight brightening a once dark hallway? Whether you're dreaming of a more inviting home or building your next standout project, Hingham Lumber has you covered with Velux Skylight Systems. They aren't your average skylights. Every Velux skylight comes with a solar-powered room darkening shade, so you can enjoy warm, natural light when you want it and energy-efficient comfort all year long. Consider a venting model, welcoming in fresh air, improving indoor air quality, and reducing moisture in kitchens and baths. Homeowners love the airy, open feel and stylish upgrade. Contractors appreciate the smooth, straightforward installation and the impressive results their clients notice right away. Velux skylights are designed for performance and simplicity. It's a bright upgrade with a big impact on your space, your comfort, and your energy savings. Ready to add more natural light and comfort to your space? Talk to the door and window team at Hingham Lumber on Route 3A in Cohasset or at hinghamlumber.com.
WATD Sports, sponsored by Coastal Heritage Bank, community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. Jordan Walker won the 2026 Home Run Derby, defeating hometown favorite Kyle Schwarber 12-11 in the final round. The St. Louis Cardinals slugger hit home runs on his final 6 swings to secure the win in Philadelphia, to overcome all the Philly booing that they booed just about everybody else. And he became the first St. Louis Cardinal to win the Home Run Derby. For the Red Sox, Wilson Contreras put on a show while representing the Red Sox. He was using a special bat modeled after the video game character Bowser, that is a villain in the Mario series. He is an evil turtle-like creature. However, Contreras saw his night end losing to Kyle Schwarber, who had 9 compared to Contreras' 8. And then in the end, Jordan Walker won it all. All-Star game is tonight at 8 in Philadelphia. Sox will return to action Friday when they begin a series against the Tampa Bay Rays, first at 4 at 1:35. And the World Cup resumes today, as we mentioned, the semifinals. The first one, France versus Spain, this afternoon at 3.
Frankie, what's cooking?
Shouldn't you be at pickleball?
Yeah, I'm off this week.
Well then, let's get you that coffee.
Around here, people remember you and your schedule. At Coastal Heritage Bank, we believe banking should feel just as personal. For generations, we've helped South Shore families with checking, savings, and deposit solutions, combining modern banking technology with the personal service we're known for. Community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF, equal housing lender.
95.9 WATD, the South Shore's Morning News. Great to have you along. Coming up, we'll get an update on traffic and weather just ahead on the 9s. Another report is it continues to be a heavy ride on the expressway northbound this morning, and we're also dealing with some delays getting down the Cape.
Now, the Old Colony Elder Services Tip of the Month. As we celebrate Independence Day, we're reminded that independence means something special at every life stage. For older adults, it may mean remaining connected to family, community, and culture. OCES offers services that help individuals remain independent in their own homes and communities. To learn more about how OCES supports independence at every age, visit OCESMA.org.
I'm Nicole Long, CEO at OCES. For more than 51 years, OCES has been empowering older adults and individuals with disabilities by providing information to support safe and healthy living as they grow older. Whether you need nutrition support, home care, or caregiver support, OCES connects you with the programs and community resources you need to stay independent. For more information, call 508-584-1561 or visit us at OCESMA.org.
Hi, I'm Sharon McNamara, full-time real estate agent and broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. My co-host, Melissa Wallace, and I talk Real Estate Roundtable. We can't wait to connect with you at bringing you all the insights, tips, and trends in real estate here on WATD, so we can talk real estate.
Talk Real Estate Roundtable with Sharon McNamara and Melissa Wallace, Saturday mornings at 8 on 95.9 WATD.
95.9 WATD, the South Shore's Morning News. Rob Hakala with the morning team. Dan's in our newsroom. Intern Anthony manning the intern station over there. And you can see him as well. Yeah, you got a whole station over there in the Coastal Heritage Bank studios. All right, so who do you like in the World Cup? You can text in on that, 781-837-4900. So I was watching this, I think it's a Scottish guy who is cheering on England, obviously, at this point. Yeah, so he is just talking about how awful he thinks Argentina is and how they're getting every call, which some people are talking about, that it's already decided that this will be just France versus Argentina. This was all set. It was in the box. We're just opening it up. But here's what the gentleman had to say. This is from CBS Sports, I believe.
England are a very strong team. They just haven't performed to their best just yet. They're going to have to be good to beat Argentina, but Argentina have already shown us there's a real incredible vulnerability there. Yeah. Against Cabo Verde, very poor in that game, conceded awful goals and one world-class goal. Then the next game, obviously, against Egypt, they were 2-0 down. They should never have come back in that game, obviously helped by a controversial decision. And against Switzerland, I would have put money on it that Switzerland would have beat them in 90 minutes if it was 11v11.
But
honestly, the yellow card to red card completely changed the game. So if we see no
wow. Okay.
controversial decisions from video review interfering and referees getting in the way, and it's 11v11, I don't see any way Argentina beat this England squad.
The other things you're...
Wow. Okay. He just says it, right? Yeah. He said if it's 11-on-11, there's no way that Argentina wins against the England team. So there you go.
We'll have to see.
We'll see. All right, you can text in 781-837-4900 is the text line. Coming up after 8, we're going to be checking in with our tech guy, David Snell, as we talk about a settlement. Apple agreeing to pay $250 million to certain iPhone owners. We'll find out the details coming up after 8. Right now it is 7:59, and we check traffic and weather on the 9s. The expressway northbound is heavy and slow from the Braintree split all the way up towards Southampton Street. The drive time, 35 minutes. Braintree to Boston. Route 3 is slow after Derby Street and Hingham up into Braintree. Southbound is slow, about a mile at the Sagamore. 25 east, a half-mile delay at the Bourne. Moderate volume on 24, but no major slowdowns. You get some pockets up through Avon and Stoughton. 93 is busy out of Braintree, getting over to Canton. 128 heavy, 95 to 109. And a crash coming in 495 south after Route 1 in Plainville. And a possible spin out. We're getting rid of Route 3 South on the off-ramp to 53 in Hanover. South Shore weather, hot and humid, 95 today. Tonight staying quite warm, a low 76. 74 in Marshfield, 8 o'clock.
This is the South Shores radio station, WATD FM Marshfield. And on your smart speaker, say play WATD. WATD, here for What's Next.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Oil prices are still rising as Brent crude is now more than $87 a barrel as the U.S. and Iran launch new attacks targeting each other. ABC's Karen Waz, the latest from Washington.
President Trump now vows the U.S. will control the Strait of Hormuz, and Trump now wants to charge a 20% fee on all cargo passing through it. He doesn't say how he would do that.
I want to be reimbursed because we're protecting a very rich portion of the world. We're spending money.
Trump's own Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, recently said such a plan would not be allowed under international law.
JP Morgan Chase has just reported profits of nearly $17 billion in the latest quarter, taking advantage of volatility connected to the war. The governor of New York today is expected to sign an order that would stop construction of big new data centers in the state for a year while regulatory framework is considered. This is ABC News. As millions of people face extreme heat this week, officials are reminding those in rivers and creeks to always wear a life jacket. An Idaho rescue was a recent reminder, says ABC's Sophie Flay.
My first thought when I first flipped is you're going to die.
Ashlyn Monroe says she was trapped underwater for about 40 seconds before grabbing a branch and pulling herself up. The current pinning her against the trees.
It was scary. It was the scariest thing I've ever experienced.
A neighbor called 911 and firefighter Trenton Hogan swam across the rapids to reach her.
I introduced myself actually just like how you would a normal person at the grocery store, right? Hi, my name's Trenton. What's yours?
Hogan got her into a life jacket and his team was able to safely get her to dry land.
Astronomers have discovered space sugar. Researchers using radio telescopes studied data from a large gas cloud near the center of the Milky Way and found a sugar that's in raspberries and self-tanners. And scientists say these sugars are key building blocks for life. I'm Brian Clark, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
74 degrees outside of our South Shore studios at 8:02. Good morning. I'm Dan McCready, WATD News. And the news being brought to you by the South Shore YMCA. Get out of the house and get active. The South Shore YMCA has mental and physical wellness plans for all ages and abilities. Start your journey today at ssymca.org/join. Marshfield Select Board candidates Joe Pasevich and Chris Rowland weighed in on various issues during WATD's Political Forum broadcast live last night. Candidate Jack Griffin did not participate. The candidates were asked if the $7 million override proposal that was approved by town meeting last month should go on the ballot. Rowland supports the override going before voters.
This issue went through the proper channels to be addressed and give the people of Marshfield an opportunity to look at the numbers, look at the deficit, look at our budget. And as many people know, I'm on an advisory board right now, and I can tell you that we spent countless hours with department heads talking to them about their budgets and what they really would need to work to keep the town running smoothly. And the more we got into it, the more we realized there is truly a need for an override. This is a very personal decision for people. And so when it goes to town meeting, and overwhelmingly it is voted at town meeting to take this to a ballot question and make sure that people will have the opportunity to vote about it. I am for that, and my understanding is the other two opponents of mine are not. So I think it needs to go to ballot.
Pasevich does not favor the override.
Well, I disagree strongly that we need an override this year, very strongly. And secondly, as Mr. Rowland said, contrary to what he said, it did not go through the proper channel. The override contingency budget was never voted onto the warrant. The selectmen did not vote to open the warrant. They did not vote to add that contingency budget to the warrant, as sloppy as it is. And they never voted to then close the warrant. It has not gone through the proper channels. So the first thing that has to be done in answer to the question is we need to do the budget correct. It starts with hiring a new town administrator. We've got a couple of good candidates in the wings waiting right now, and I have very good feelings about both of them. And that's the first thing. Next, charge that person and the advisory board with putting together a budget to be presented to the voters in January according to our charter.
And you can hear the entire Marshfield Select Board political forum on our website, 959watd.com. The Marshfield special election is Saturday, July 25th. More of the day's top stories still to come.
Start the new year at the South Shore YMCA, the Something for Everyone place. Whether you're there to lift, stretch, swim, or simply connect, you'll find more than just a gym. You'll find a community.
Parents can recharge while kids dive into swim lessons, sports, and activities. Young adults can build strength in group classes or with personal training. And older adults can stay active and engaged in a welcoming space.
At the South Shore Y, you'll find a fitness center that feels like home, people that keep you moving, and on-site babysitting that gives you time to focus. From individual goals to shared experiences, the South Shore Y is where friendships form, routines stick, and wellness grows. And it's all waiting for you to get started.
Make the South Shore YMCA your place for fitness, friendship, and fresh starts. Become a South Shore YMCA member today. Check out their virtual tours at ssymca.org/join.
WATD News Time 8:06. News being brought to you by the South Shore Diamond Exchange. Gold prices are at record highs, and South Shore Diamond Exchange is paying top dollar for your unwanted jewelry. Visit South Shore Diamond Exchange in the North River Plaza, Route 139 in Pembroke, and cash in. A historical commission appointment in Forges Field will be among the items of discussion when the Plymouth Select Board meets tonight. And joining us with a preview is Town Manager Derek Brindisi. Mr. Brindisi, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So as I mentioned, the board will be making an appointment to the Historical Commission.
June was really the time of year where the board goes through dozens and dozens of candidates for appointment and reappointment. So we've gone through that tranche, and we still have a few positions that are still vacant. So those folks that are interested in joining any one of our boards and committees, just go to our website at plymouth-ma.gov, and you'll see all our vacancies. But tonight, the board will be reappointing Craig Sandler to the Historic District Commission, which is a very important committee because it really looks at the aesthetics and the appropriate use of our historic structures in the downtown area. So we're looking forward to another 3-year term by Mr. Sander.
The board will also be getting a presentation on the Forges Field Master Plan.
Yeah, so I've, since I returned in 2022, I've talked a lot about the town getting more in a planning position versus a reactive position, which it was, I think, prior to my arrival. And we all know we talked a lot about the 3 years for the master planning process, and now we have this master comprehensive plan that is really going to set the stage for the next 20 years. In addition to that, our Health and Human Services Department is going through a health assessment, and they will be developing a community health improvement plan that will set the stage for 5 years. We have an open space plan. We have an affordable housing production plan. And so most recently, through our recreation division, we have focused on 2 different areas. One, the Forges Field area, and then the Hedges Pond recreation area. So for tonight, Ann Slusser, our recreation director, she will be presenting, after about 18 months of community engagement and analysis, a master plan for this Forges Field. I would hope folks tune into this because the plan that's laid out for the future of Forges Field is done very nicely, and I think folks will be very excited to see what is being proposed. Although there's significant resources required in order to make this master plan come to fruition, we are taking the first step in making that a reality.
That will be followed by a discussion regarding the roads acceptance policy.
Yeah, so this is another issue that we talked a little bit about over the past year. We have over 100 miles of private roads here in town. And some of these roads, there are subdivisions that have HOAs attached to them. And then after, many decades, some of these subdivisions are stepping forward because their roads are in a condition that need to be repaired. And so it's difficult. There's a very complicated process to accepting roads. The town does not have a policy on that process. So our Director of Public Works, Bill Coyle, will be in front of the Select Board this evening to talk about a proposed roads acceptance policy, go over the various steps that the Select Board would have to take, taking it to town meeting, doing appraisals, and that type of analysis before roads can be accepted. So we'll talk about it tonight. I'm not sure if the board will make a decision, again, because it's such a complicated issue, but this is, again, another step towards accepting roads in our community.
There will also be an update on preliminary 2026 roadway program.
Yeah, again, tied into a little bit to the road acceptance policy, our DPW Director, Bill Coyle, will be in front of the board. I would say, first and foremost, that our Select Board have made improving our streets and sidewalks a priority over the last 3 to 4 years. We have put significant dollars towards improving our roads, upwards of $7 to $8 million per year. This was one of our top complaints, that folks were complaining about the conditions of their roads. Our road rating has gone up significantly over the past 3 years because of the leadership of the Select Board and of Bill Coyle and town meeting for supporting those recommendations. So Bill Coyle, again, our DPW Director, will give it an update. He'll talk about the mill and overlay program. He'll talk about the rubber chip seal program, and then the costs associated with doing full depth reclamation. And then last and foremost, he'll talk about how our road rating has increased over the past 3 years because of the resources that are available to improve our roads.
Well, tonight's Select Board meeting will begin with an executive session at 5 before open session resumes at 7 o'clock, and that'll be at Plymouth Town Hall. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Traffic is next.
Do you have unwanted, broken, mismatched, or unworn jewelry? Gold prices are at record highs. Bring your old jewelry to South Shore Diamond Exchange and cash in. South Shore Diamond Exchange pays top dollar for gold, platinum, silver, fine jewelry in any condition. For a limited time, ask about their special offer and receive 20% more in trade value or 10% extra when you sell for cash. Visit South Shore Diamond Exchange in North River Plaza on Route 139 in Pembroke or SouthShoreDiamond.com. South Shore Diamond Exchange, a Hanush family-owned business. Trusted
Now,
jewelers for
WATD
generations.
Traffic and weather on the 9s.
Expressway on the northbound side is jammed from Braintree all the way up towards Southampton Street. Route 3 is heavy before Route 18 in Braintree. Route 18 in Weymouth up into Braintree. The southbound side is slow about a mile at the Sagamore. 25 east is slow at the Bourne. 24 is busy up through Avon and Stoughton. And 93 is busy out of Braintree over to Canton. 128 heavy, 95 up past 109. We do have a lot of delays around 95 and 495 where we had a crash. 495 south after Route 1 in Plainville. And a crash 95 south after 495 in Mansfield. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, South Shore weather.
The only heat relief that you'll find today across Greater Boston, the Metro South, and the South Shore won't be by the water. It'll be in the water. The Massachusetts Bay water temperature right now is at 70 degrees, so you'd have to take a dip if you're looking to get some heat relief. Otherwise, you'll need to be in the pool during the course of the day today, or maybe in an air-conditioned ice cream parlor. My forecast calls for an ample amount of sunshine here for the day today. Heat advisories are in play all the way into tomorrow. Your top temp today in Boston into the mid-90s. By the way, this is the hottest meteorological summer to date in Boston, and we're just going to keep adding on to the average temperature here with some of these really high temperatures. The heat index for later today close to 100 degrees after starting out this morning near 70. For tonight, it's mainly clear. Overnight low temperatures in Boston might not get beyond the upper 70s. Should be into the mid-70s across the South Shore. Mostly sunny, hot for Wednesday. Your top temp in the low and mid-90s, again with a baking breeze. Thursday, sunny and hot. So is Friday. Thursday's high, though, a little bit higher, into the low 90s than Friday. Friday's top temp in the mid-80s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
75 degrees at the weather station WATD. I'm Dan McCready at 8:14. Now, the South Shore's morning news continues right here on 95.9 WATD.
The South Shore's Morning News rolls on. Every week at this time, we check in with our tech guy, David Snell, over at Act Smart IT. in Wareham. We got him on the line. David, good morning to you.
Good morning, Rob. Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning.
All right, so as I mentioned before the news here, I said David's going to talk about a settlement, if you will, or a payment that's going on. I think this is to end a lawsuit, but Apple agreeing to pay $250 million to certain iPhone users. All right, so David, fill us in on this agreement that Apple is doing.
Yeah, that's actually right. $250 million to certain iPhone owners, and they're doing this as a settlement without admitting any wrongdoing, which is what they always do. They just decided to pay it off so it won't be so horrendous for them in the media. Mm-hmm. But anyway, they've been accused of false advertising around its AI features on the iPhone. So the company calls it Apple Intelligence, and we've talked about that before, and including an enhancement of its Siri voice assistant. Well, none of it exists.
Wait a minute, none of it exists. Well, that could be a problem.
The new features aren't there. So there was a lawsuit brought against them last year, and they just finally settled this past week. But it's still not settled because the judge has to approve the payment. But we'll see how that goes.
All right, so someone called them out on some kind of, they were advertising, as you said, a certain product that didn't, or a feature that didn't necessarily exist, and so someone called them out, and so there is an agreement, sort of, or we just have to decide how much or when it will be paid?
Well, there's an agreement, and it's come to term that it always has to be approved by a judge at some point, so that's what they're waiting for before the payment happens. But so the timeline is that the settlement is awaiting the judge's final ruling, but no claim forms are active yet, so folks can't do anything about this, and it's only for users or purchases of the iPhone 15 Pro and Max and the iPhone 16 during the time periods of June 10th, 2024 and March 29th, 2025. So if you purchase one of those...
Yeah, that's my phone.
That's one of your phones, Anthony?
I have the iPhone 15 Pro.
i15...
From 2024.
Wait, you have the i15 Pro?
Yes.
And did you get purchased between...
I did, yeah. It's from 2024, before I started college.
Well...
So there you go. So you're in for a stipend, I guess you want to call it, because you're going to receive between $25 and $95.
So what are the specific...
That might pay for a book.
What are the AI features and capabilities that it's supposed to do that are missing?
Oh. Well, the Apple Intelligence was supposed to be enhancements to the Siri voice assistant. Now, they're still talking about that today, but when they initially talked about it, it was vaporware. So folks called them out and decided that they were going to take them to court because they're advertising something that didn't exist yet.
I'm surprised they couldn't figure a way around this. I'm sure they tried. I guess it didn't work because, there is some of this stuff, right? I mean, they've got the Siri voice assistant.
Right. Well, they do. But this AI capability didn't exist at the time, and it doesn't exist right now, and it's how they advertised it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that'd be it. Yeah, here you go. There's a new Toyota with hover conversion available. Well, it's not.
Exactly.
It's not. You buy that because it says it might fly someday. All right, so it doesn't have this stuff. This is stuff. It's so crazy that it's not even there now. It's the stuff they want, David. Right?
It's something that folks want, I guess.
Yeah.
It's something that Apple wants. Yeah. I'm not so sure that I need a smarter assistant.
Yeah.
But
I don't even know why
the thing about it,
they try to sell something they don't have, right?
Yeah, I know. And as I said, it's not available today. And also, they believe that it's going to be another 2 years now before it becomes available. So they were a little premature in their advertising.
All right. So
the phones will be like 4 years old at that point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, there you go. Well, Anthony, what can people do that are in Anthony's category, David? What do they just? Will they? I mean, usually with this stuff, you got to find out yourself, right?
Yes. Well,
no one's going to.
Anyone
tell
who's purchased an iPhone 15 or 16, they've registered those, so that Apple knows who they are.
Okay.
So they intend to reach out to them once this is finally approved by a judge.
Okay.
But you can follow up on this. I've got a couple links. One's to CNET and one to MacRumors.com, where they'll keep you up to date as this progresses through the end of the court system.
Okay. All right. So, again, if you want to find out more, you can read the links. David's got them up there to find out. So, otherwise, if you have any of these phones, just sit back and relax right now, right?
Exactly, because you're not going to get the new AI features for a couple of years.
Wow.
You'll probably have an iPhone 19 by then. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows, Anthony? Don't get ready to buy that dinner quite yet, okay?
That's
all
a
right,
whole coffee.
hold off. There, you'll get it. All right, David, where do people go to read the article about the Apple iPhone potential payout here coming?
xsmartit.com. Click on my blog link and see if you're going to get part of that $250 million.
Ooh, xsmartit.com, xsmartit.com. David Snell's our tech guy every week at this time on WATD. Thanks, David.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Back out to the roads, WATD's traffic and weather. And the expressway northbound is still filled in from the Braintree split up to Southampton Street. Route 3 is busy from in between Derby and Route 18 up into Braintree. Southbound is slow about a mile at the Sagamore. 25 East is slow at the Bourne. 93 is sluggish out of Braintree as you make your way coming out of Braintree, heading over to Canton. 128 northbound is heavy as you make your way from 95 to 109. Again, delays starting at Highland Ave and Needham. 24 is slow, Harrison Boulevard to 139. And 95 south after 495. Crash cleared, and 495 south after Route 1 in Plainville, a crash cleared, but still very busy around the interchange with 495 and Route 1. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Let's get the details on the hot stretch of weather that's coming through the South Shore. 90s for the next few days. Our weather is sponsored this time around by Early Law Group. Injured? Call early before it's too late. 617-444-7777. 617-444-7777.
The only heat relief that you'll find today across Greater Boston, the Metro South, and the South Shore won't be by the water. It'll be in the water. The Massachusetts Bay water temperature right now is at 70 degrees, so you'd have to take a dip if you're looking to get some heat relief. Otherwise, you'll need to be in the pool during the course of the day today, or maybe in an air-conditioned ice cream parlor. My forecast calls for an ample amount of sunshine here for the day today. Heat advisories are in play all the way into tomorrow. Your top temp today in Boston into the mid-90s. By the way, this is the hottest meteorological summer to date in Boston, and we're just going to keep adding on to the average temperature here with some of these really high temperatures. The heat index for later today close to 100 degrees after starting out this morning near 70. For tonight, it's mainly clear. Overnight low temperatures in Boston might not get beyond the upper 70s. Should be into the mid-70s across the South Shore. Mostly sunny, hot for Wednesday. Your top temp in the low and mid-90s, again with a baking breeze. Thursday, sunny and hot. So is Friday. Thursday's high, though, a little bit higher, into the low 90s than Friday. Friday's top temp in the mid-80s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Thanks, Josh. And right now, 75 in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD. Sports next.
Hi, I'm attorney Chris Early. If you've been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or another serious accident, you may be feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and unsure of what to do next. That's where me and my team can help. At Early Law Group, we take the time to listen, answer your questions, and guide you through the legal process every step of the way. We believe every client deserves personal attention and compassionate representation.
Injured? Call early before it's too late. Early Law Group, 617-444-7777. That's 617-444-7777.
Call early before it's too late.
WATD Sports, sponsored by the South Shore Gutter Monkeys. Experience exceptional care for your home with professional gutter cleaning, repair, and installation services. Contact South Shore Gutter Monkeys for a free estimate today. All right, we're going to get to the AP Sports in just a moment here about the Home Run Derby. We can tell you for the Red Sox, though, Wilson Contreras did put on a show while representing your Red Sox at the Home Run Derby at a special bat modeled after the video game character Bowser. That is a villain in the Mario series. And Contreras saw his night end losing to Kyle Schwarber, who would then lose to Jordan Walker of the Cardinals, who was your home run winner for the Derby. All-Star game is tonight. That'll be at 8 o'clock in Philadelphia. Red Sox will return to work on Friday when they begin a series against the Tampa Bay Rays. That will be at Fenway in the afternoon at 1:35. Now let's get an update on all the sports from the AP this time around.
AP Sports, I'm Mike Hempen. Jordan Walker silenced Philadelphia's Bluebirds by homering on his last 6 swings, chasing down Phillies slugger Kyle Schwarber in the final round to win the Home Run Derby. Walker becomes the first St. Louis Cardinal to do so. This evening, it's Major League Baseball's All-Star Game. Philadelphia's Christopher Sanchez will start for the National League. Toronto's Dylan Cease will be on the mound for the American League. This afternoon, France and Spain meet in a World Cup semifinal game in Dallas. Utah Jazz guard Trey Alexander was taken from the court on a stretcher Monday night after appearing to injure his side on a drive to the basket in an NBA Summer League game against the Bulls. No word on his injury. And Josh Allen was voted the NFL's top quarterback by the Associated Press in a preseason survey. I'm Mike Hempen, AP Sports.
I'm Bobby Downspout of the South Shore Gutter Monkeys, and today we recognize another group of everyday American heroes, the South Shore Gutter Monkey Office Crew.
Ain't no I in Office Crew.
Actually, yes there is.
My bad.
These swivel chair jockeys are a triage team of first responders to bad weather. So when Mother Nature is at her worst, these adorable apes are at their best. With superhuman-like skills, they perform those underappreciated tasks, answering phone calls, booking appointments, and giving free estimates right over the phone.
Oh yeah.
And when the South Shore Gutter Monkey crews return from their daily work schedule, those curators of the cubicles rise to the tasks of filing, accounts receivables, and ledger entries.
Not all heroes wear capes.
To converse with one of these paper-pushing primates, call the South Shore Gutter Monkeys at 508-477-9100.
Now write that number down.
Or visit SouthShoreGutterMonkeys.com.
Take it, Johnny.
No monkeys were harmed in the making of this commercial.
This is Mike McNamara. Well, 2025 has certainly been an interesting year so far. All kinds of stuff going on in Washington. War in the Ukraine and the Middle East. Mortgage rates are high. The stock and bond markets have been volatile. You're probably worried about your investments. Maybe we can help. McNamaraFinancial.com or 781-834-2010.
Hi, this is Paul Solano of the Paul Ponders Radio Show, presented by Northeastern Fence and Supply Corporation of Saugus, where they have fences for your kids, dogs, and ugly neighbors. Please join me for season number 2, Saturdays from 12:08 to 1 p.m. before the music with Ron Dwyer. It was a great first year in the slot of the Boiling Point with Arthur Boyle. We have really informative segments on technology, health and wellness, business and finances, nonprofits, and Paul Pondering Thoughts. Catch you on Saturdays at 12:08 p.m. Hashtag Indeed.
On 95.9 WATD. 95.9 FM WATD, the South Shore's Morning News. Rob Hakala with the morning team coming to you from the Coastal Heritage Bank Studios. Coastal Heritage Bank, community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. Beautiful Coastal Heritage Bank studio is here. You can see it up on the YouTube feed, WATD Radio on YouTube, where you can watch, like, and subscribe. WATD Radio on YouTube. If you want to connect into the show, we'd love to hear from you on the text line, sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body. You can text us at 781-837-4900. 781-837-4900 is our text line, sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body. So text in. Hey, by the way, tomorrow's the day. We're going to be heading to the Irving, so make sure you join us, all right? I already asked Anthony, but he's got his other internship. I said, Anthony,
unfortunately,
when you want to hang out at the Irving, 100 degrees out at the gas station with us? And he said he would if he could.
I actually am sad. I would love to do that.
It'd be fun because
it looks fun.
It's Red Sox Day tomorrow. It's going to be fun. We'll be there 11 to 1, and this is your chance to see the World Series trophy, meet Wally the Green Monster, and enter to win Red Sox tickets.
Come on, that's fun.
I know. So come on by. We'll tell you more about it in the next half hour, but join us 11 to 1 tomorrow at the Irving, 92 Washington Street in Pembroke. 8:30 news. Coming up, we're going to check in with Dan McCready in the WATD newsroom, get you caught up on the local news. Right now, it's 8:29. Traffic and weather in the 9s. Route 3 northbound, heavy between Derby and Route 18 up into Braintree. Southbound is slow, about a half mile at the Sagamore. 25 east, a half mile delay at the Bourne. Northbound expressway is jammed as you make your way from Braintree up towards Southampton Street. And we're dealing with delays on 93 from Braintree. Looks very slow heading over towards Ponkapog. 24 north delay started Harrison Boulevard in Avon. South Shore weather for today, hot and humid, 95. Tonight staying quite warm overnight, a low down to 76. Right now, 76 degrees in Marshfield, 8:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
76 degrees outside of our South Shore studios at 8:30. Good morning. I'm Dan McCready, WATD News. And the news being brought to you by Tiny & Sons Glass. His boys do a good job, 1-888-64-TINIES. A judge has denied Lindsay Clancy's motion to add women who suffer from postpartum psychosis or hallucinations to her witness list. The Duxbury mom, accused of murdering her 3 kids before attempting to take her own life, faced her final pretrial hearing yesterday afternoon, where she was denied a motion to add women who suffer from similar health conditions. Kevin Reddington, Clancy's defense attorney, told the court the significance of adding 15 more witnesses to their list.
And the impact of this case, which in my decades of crime cases is probably the most emotionally disturbing and challenging, I think it's going to have a significant impact on jurors, more so than the usual that we deal with. So recognizing that 18 challenges might sound like a lot, I just feel that perhaps an additional number of jurors subject to your discretion would be appropriate, especially with the length of time that they're talking about, along with the emotional factors.
In Plymouth Superior Court, Judge William Sullivan denied Lindsay Clancy's motion, saying he expects expert explanations of postpartum psychosis to suffice.
It really hinged a lot upon the testimony of experts. And in this case, I anticipate there's going to be experts. They're going to talk about the reality of this postpartum depression and postpartum psychosis. So that's coming up. And these are testimony that will come from the experts, I think, on both sides. It doesn't seem like there's a question whether or not postpartum depression or psychosis is real. I mean, all the experts seem to agree that it's real. So because of the ability to get the probative part of what those women would bring to the court, the experts can give that. So I'm going to deny the motion at this time.
Clancy faces murder charges in the deaths of her 5-year-old daughter Cora, 3-year-old son Dawson, and her 7-month-old baby Callan. She has pleaded not guilty. Clancy is scheduled to face a jury next Monday at 9 a.m. in Plymouth Superior Court. WATD News Time, 8:34. More of the day's top stories still to come.
Just last summer, Joe Weatherby took his son, Joe Jr., on his first deep-sea fishing trip. The water was beautiful after a red sky night, and Joe had broke out his fisherman's hat with every lucky bauble he had. All signs pointed to a big day for the Weatherbys. And wouldn't you know it, after just an hour out on the ocean, Joe Jr. caught the big one, a real whopper of a fish, a 4-foot, 50-pound Boston hake. It took all of Joe Jr.'s might to reel it in, but he sure made Dad proud. Back on the dock, Joe Sr. beamed with pride as his son posed for a picture with his catch. But as it turned out, that old hake had a little fight left in him. The fish wriggled free from Joe Jr.'s grasp, flew through the air, and landed right on the harbor master's SUV, smashing through the windshield. How's that for the one that got away?
I'm Peter Brown from Tiny & Sons Auto Glass. Windshield broken? Just call 1-888-64-TINIES, and thank you.
WATD News Time, 8:35, and the news being brought to you by Bellstar Jewelry. Shop Bellstar Jewelry's grand reopening sale now through July 18th. Enjoy 25% off everything in store. Visit the Anderson Plaza, Route 139 in Pembroke, or online at bellstarjewelry.com. Marshfield Select Board candidates Chris Rowland and Joe Pasevich discuss various issues during WATD's political forum, broadcast live last night. Candidate Jack Griffin did not participate. Candidates were asked about their short and long-term plans for the town. Pasevich favors providing more access to affordable housing and protecting the town's environment.
Being on the Housing Authority and having advocated for the ability to work on the problem of affordable housing. I mean, in affordable housing, there's a lot of aspects to that. There's the cost of living, there's taxes, there's actual physical accommodation, et cetera. And I think we need to look for more opportunities, again, through gauging from what people are thinking and what they think they need, how we can address that problem. I think affordable housing needs to become a more important component of how we institute or apply a plan for the town. And as long as it's compatible and it doesn't harm the environment, there's a lot more that can be done to protect the environment in Marshfield. We've been lax in that regard. Conservation Commission needs an expanded role in some of those things. But basically, to maintain a safe and healthy environment in Marshfield should be the main guiding principle.
Rowland wants better financial management.
Town meeting voted to have the opportunity to vote to stop the bleeding in this town and do it in the short term. And in the long term, as a select board member, you get in there, you work with the other select board members, and you build good fiscal policy, and you meet with the town administrator, and you meet with the department heads on a regular basis, and you understand how are they managing the budget. You build a budget, they do their budget request, you work with them to figure out what are those numbers going to look like? Are they going to be okay with those numbers? Can they operate successfully with those numbers? And then you work with them to make sure they're managing the budget. And I mean, I think that's kind of the long-term plan, and use proper fiscal responsibility and good fiscal planning in the long term.
And you can hear the entire Marshfield Select Board political forum on our website, 959watd.com. The Marshfield special election is Saturday, July 25th. The U.S. has attacked Iran, and Tehran has retaliated across the Middle East. Charles De La Desma reports.
The U.S. launched strikes on Iran early Tuesday, hours after President Donald Trump said Washington is reinstating a blockade on Iran in the Strait of Hormuz. Trump separately suggested the U.S. will charge other ships for safe passage, upending hundreds of years of American policy supporting freedom of navigation across the globe. Iran responded with attacks targeting Bahrain, Jordan, and 2 tankers associated with the UAE travelling through the strait, killing 1 mariner and wounding around 8 others. The attacks come as Iran and the US vie for control of the strait, through which a fifth of all traded crude oil and natural gas once passed in peacetime. I'm Charles De La Desma.
WATD News Time, 8:38. Traffic and weather on the 9s next.
Jewelry is more than something you wear. It's a celebration, a milestone, a family story. The pieces you treasure today become the memories you'll pass on tomorrow. That's why generations of South Shore families have trusted Bellstar Jewelry in Pembroke for expert repair, restoration, and guidance. The Frasca family is proud to continue the tradition of personal service and craftsmanship that customers have relied on for decades. Visit Bellstar Jewelry at Anderson Plaza, Route 139 in Pembroke, or online at bellstarjewelry.com. A trusted jeweler is your best advisor. Bellstar Jewelry.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And good morning. It is 8:39, and taking a look at the ride this morning along the expressway northbound. We've got delays from Braintree up towards Southampton Street. It's very heavy and slow into the city. The drive time from Braintree to Boston is coming in at about 32, 33 minutes end to end. Route 3 on the northbound side is slow from after Derby Street up into Braintree. Southbound is slow at the Derby Street lane drop in Hingham. Delays at the Sagamore and Bourne bridges just getting on. Cape 24 has some pockets up through Avon and Stoughton. Still busy on 93 out of Braintree over towards Route 24, 128 heavy 95 to 109. This report is being sponsored by our good friends over at Early Law Group. Injured? Call Early before it's too late. Early Law Group and attorney Chris Early have helped thousands of Massachusetts injury victims fight for the compensation they deserve. Call Early before it's too late. 617-444-7777. 617-444-7777. Traffic on the nines every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory this morning, the sunrise just shy of 5:20 a.m. Of course, we're losing fractions of seconds every day in terms of daylight length now that we're well past the summer solstice. But despite that, we still have quite the high sun angle, and that, in conjunction with high pressure, sets the stage for some pure summer sizzle here for the day today at Blue Hill and across all of eastern Massachusetts. Look for the heat index to top out close to 100 degrees at Blue Hill here for later today. We're starting off our morning with temperatures in the mid-60s, and my forecast calls for high temperatures this afternoon to be into the mid-90s. But again, the heat index will be much higher, factoring in the humidity. Coming up for tonight, look for a mainly clear sky. Some truly tropical times. Overnight lows into the mid-70s with a balmy southwesterly breeze. Could be looking at near record high minimum temperatures tonight. For tomorrow, for your Wednesday, look for an ample amount of sun. Still hot. The high temperature in the mid-90s. Thursday, sunny and hot as well with highs in the low 90s. Friday, back into the upper 80s, but still with plenty of sun. Next, weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
76 degrees at the weather station WATD. I'm Dan McCready at 8:41. The South Shore's morning news continues now on 95.9 WATD.
Dan, thank you so much. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. The South Shore's morning news rolls on. Your Tuesday edition of the broadcast. 5 hours every morning, 5 to 10. Larry's going to be in again for Audrey today. Audrey needs one more day off, so Larry will be in today. How about that, Anthony? Get to see Larry.
Back.
Yeah, Larry will be in 10 to 3 on the midday show, so make sure you tune in, and he'll keep you company through this very hot day today, I imagine. Yeah. How do you typically beat the heat? Anywhere you like to, I mean, some people, I don't mind. Sometimes maybe you can stay a little longer at work because it's air conditioned.
It's cold here,
or,
yeah.
A store, I understand. People do like that. Or as we talked about, maybe going to the beach.
That's my thing, bro.
Or into the swimming pool.
I'm a beach guy.
You're a beach guy, okay. I suspect the parking lots, they're probably already full. It's summertime, I'm sure, right? Parking lots of the beach is full.
8:42, that's probably full.
Let's see.
A couple spots left.
High tide will be at 11:50 and low tide at 5:49. So it's going to be at a premium with high tide
and
here around midday.
Yeah, and the water is warm today too.
You think so?
They said 70, right, in the water?
I don't know. Is the water really warm?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. So I was mentioning the movie theaters too. I'm pretty sure they have you get a discount. I don't know if it's because you're in. It's Bargain Tuesdays. I think maybe you get it with the. Okay, it's if you're a member of the Star Pass. Okay, $5. Okay. It's free and easy to join the Star Pass. I think the more you buy things or whatever, you get points or something. Who knows? All of these companies have these things. But the showcase in Hanover, I mean, if you're a part of this, I mean, $5, that's not bad these days, right?
For a ticket? No.
All right. So it says every Tuesday at Showcase is Bargain Tuesday, $5 with a Star Pass.
To take advantage of that.
That's not bad.
So I know those movie tickets can be like $25 sometimes.
It can get very expensive. And I always think about, if you got kids and you do go and you have mom and dad
adds,
or you're going with another parent
that
and you're bringing the kids.
That could save you a lot of money,
Yeah. So probably a good day for that as well. if you want to go take the kids to see Toy Story 5 or whatever is out. Isn't there a new Minion movie too?
There is a new Minion movie.
Why not?
Supergirl.
There you go.
It's a big movie time of the year right now.
I'd love another good, big blockbuster or something I need to see. Let's see. Levitate Music Festival is coming up.
That's awesome.
And this is something, I guess, that always sells out. People love this. Alanis Morissette's going to be performing. Saturday is sold out. Two-day and Sunday tickets remain. Wow. Well, anyway, John Shea tonight, I think, is going to have tickets to win. So I'm going to get a little plug for his show. If you're someone that's been trying to get Levitate tickets, let's see. Why don't you tune in? He says 8:30 p.m. tonight, Eastern Daylight Time, okay? 8:30 tonight. Call and John Shea will be on Almost Famous Radio. That's tonight, 8:30. Be listening to the radio to call in for tickets to the Levitate Music Festival. So there you go. That'll be fun.
To call in.
Yeah, but oh boy,
I want those tickets.
Anthony knows he's going to call in through the back line.
Right.
All right. Well, anyway, tune in tonight. Should be fun. Text line is open 781-837-4900 if you want to chime in on any topic or any story you want to comment on. We did, as we mentioned last night, have the Select Board Political Forum, which was great. We had 2 out of 3 candidates showed up. One could not get out of a work commitment. Apparently, I assume, again, talk to his boss or whatever, but it was one of those things you'd think, I was saying, usually you'd think they'd give somebody a break saying, hey, I'm running for Select Board. I need to be there. But for whatever reason, you can't go against if they say, hey, you got to come in. You got to come in. And so, anyway, Jack Griffin couldn't be there, although he tried. But Joe Pasevich and Chris Rowland were the 2 candidates were there. So if you want to hear what they had to say and why they would be the best candidate for Marshfield, see what Chris and Joe have to say. You can check out the full forum. It's up online, 959WATD.com, 959WATD.com. A good amount of people listened last night live to the forum, which was great. I saw the streaming numbers came in. But if you are curious or you missed it, we know sometimes, for whatever reason, you get different events or activities or you're out of town. You can go back and listen before you head to vote to maybe make a decision, see if you like what they say and feel that they would be the best person to represent the town and fill that open seat on the Marshfield Select Board. All right, 8:46. I mentioned tomorrow's the day, Anthony. Come on out. Bring the kids, bring the family, bring your neighbors to the Irving in Pembroke.
Bring your Red Sox merch.
I know. This is, I think last time when we did do this, and it's, by the way, Red Sox Day is, kids, as I said, before, they may say, younger people aren't into baseball. But I'll tell you, kids still get dressed up. They love all that stuff. They love that. They do. And so
even if they don't understand the game fully,
they don't
it's
have
the
to
dressing
understand the
up,
rules.
it's the getting ice cream at the game, getting the popcorn, the peanuts, Cracker Jacks.
It's a fun experience still. And so, yes, okay, sure. Sometimes they may say, when does this thing end? We understand
exactly,
that. But that's for anything,
It's the experience, Rob.
This game
Fenway.
goes on. Maybe they wouldn't like extra innings.
They don't want to take a trip to Fenway. It's cool.
Exactly. It's fun. All right, so tomorrow, though, go to the Irving in Pembroke. We'll be there with the summer crew from Irving, and you can and a lot of the people wanted to wear the outfits because they're hopefully going to bring the Red Sox World Series trophy.
So bring your hat. Yeah.
So that's kind of a fun thing to get your photo taken, with the trophy and your outfit. Also, meet Wally the Green Monster.
Who doesn't love Wally?
Yeah, Wally is great. And you can enter to win. The best part is to enter to win the raffle for the Red Sox tickets. So you got to come on by, and they'll tell you how to win. The folks at Irving will be pulling out names, and we'll be calling those people out. So get free merch, enjoy fresh food samples, and win surprise giveaways courtesy of the Irving, and learn more about all the benefits you can get from your Irving Rewards card. In addition to getting the lower gas price, I guess oil's going up, so gas I'm sure is going to go up. Maybe get the rewards card, I would say, in addition to the gas. There are also some other deals you can get as well with it, so it's good to have. And that's tomorrow from 11 to 1 at the Irving in Pembroke, 92 Washington Street. And we're going to be there from 11 to 1 tomorrow, so should be fun.
Good chunk of time.
Yeah, come on down to the Irving.
You can meet Rob, you can meet Larry.
Yeah, Larry's going to be there. He's going to be helping
celebrities.
We're going to be there, and we'll have our WATD van and tent down there as well. So come on down. We'd love to see you, and we hope you bring the kids and the family and have a great time at the Irving in Pembroke from 11 to 1. And a lot of good food in there as well. I love all the delicious items they have at the Irving. It's good
Get
for
some Cracker Jacks.
breakfast and lunch. Oh, so many good things. They have good pizza, too, and lots of other snacks. So head on over to the Irving in Pembroke. It's really great. And you can get the details up on our website about that, too, at 959watd.com. Coming up, we'll get to the morning sports, but right now at 8:49, let's head back out to the roads. And by the way, Tim is off this week, if you're wondering. Tim Cahill, the South Shore Chamber of Commerce segment. It is a vacation week for many, as we talked about, including, of course, Tim, who's enjoying some time off with the South Shore Chamber of Commerce report. He will be back next week in this slot. Right now, it's traffic and weather in the 9s, and we're looking at delays on the expressway from Braintree up towards Southampton Street. Route 3 looks busy on the northbound side between Derby and Route 18 as you make your way up into Braintree. Southbound a little slow at Derby Street in Hingham. And some, actually not bad at the Sagamore now. Some company getting on at the Bourne. And 93 still looks heavy out of Braintree getting over to Route 28 in Randolph. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. And meteorologist Josh Nichols with the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather. And it's being sponsored this time around by King Optical. Choose from thousands of custom frames or get replacement lenses crafted for your favorite pair of glasses. You can clearly see why they've been in business for over 70 years. Visit kingoptical.net.
The only heat relief that you'll find today across Greater Boston, the Metro South, and the South Shore won't be by the water. It'll be in the water. The Massachusetts Bay water temperature right now is at 70 degrees, so you'd have to take a dip if you're looking to get some heat relief. Otherwise, you'll need to be in the pool during the course of the day today, or maybe in an air-conditioned ice cream parlor. My forecast calls for an ample amount of sunshine here for the day today. Heat advisories are in play all the way into tomorrow. Your top temp today in Boston into the mid-90s. By the way, this is the hottest meteorological summer to date in Boston, and we're just going to keep adding on to the average temperature here with some of these really high temperatures. The heat index for later today close to 100 degrees after starting out this morning near 70. For tonight, it's mainly clear. Overnight low temperatures in Boston might not get beyond the upper 70s. Should be into the mid-70s across the South Shore. Mostly sunny, hot for Wednesday. Your top temp in the low and mid-90s, again with a baking breeze. Thursday, sunny and hot. So is Friday. Thursday's high, though, a little bit higher, into the low 90s than Friday. Friday's top temp in the mid-80s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Thanks, Josh. And right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, 77 at the weather station, WATD.
Harmful UVA, UVB sun rays are a bother. It's time to visit King Optical in Braintree for a new pair of sunglasses. Hi, I'm Dina from King Optical. The right prescription or even non-prescription sunglasses do make a difference. Come to King Optical and choose from traditional sunglasses, custom tinted, polarized lenses, or transitions lenses. We literally have thousands to choose from. At King Optical, we also offer walk-in express service. King Optical, 20 School Street West in Braintree, just off Washington Street, and online at kingoptical.net.
WATD Sports at 8:52. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala, and our sports report is being sponsored this time around by Stewart Painting. Every job done right and on time. Receive a virtual quote within 24 hours, and they're now hiring. Apply online, stewartpaint.com. That's stewartpaint.com. All right, last night, the home run derby in Philadelphia. Jordan Walker, your winner. He defeated hometown favorite Kyle Schwarber 12-11 in the final round. The St. Louis Cardinals slugger hit home runs on his final 6 swings to secure the win in Philadelphia and becoming the first St. Louis Cardinal to win the home run derby, beating Kyle Schwarber, who beat, of the Red Sox, Wilson Contreras, who put on a show. Representing Boston, he had a special bat modeled after the video game character Bowser, a villain in the Mario series. Contreras saw his night end, losing to Kyle Schwarber. The All-Star Game is tonight in Philadelphia at 8. Red Sox will be back in action Friday at 1:35 when they begin a 4-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays. And the World Cup resumes today. It is the semifinals. The first one, France versus Spain, this afternoon at 3.
Wouldn't you just love new kitchen cabinets without the high cost, the mess, and the inconvenience? Hi, I'm Sheldon Stewart of Stewart Painting, and I know how scary the thought of a demoed kitchen can be. So I have a solution. Allow our cabinet refinishing team to restore the beauty to your kitchen cabinets. Our professionals will apply a sprayed finish and then swap out the hardware for a completely new look. And the task will be completed in days, not weeks. We paint hundreds of kitchen cabinets every year, and we would love to add your cabinets to our list of happy homeowners. In addition to our locations in Hyannis and Hingham, we are now servicing Newton, Wellesley, and Nantucket. Finance options and military veterans discounts are now available for all projects. The process is fast, and it's easy, and there's no hidden fees. Head to our website at stewartpaint.com to see if you pre-qualify. It's never been this easy to turn your vision into reality. With over 40 years of excellence, Stewart Painting. Expect the best.
Progressive presents the Museum of You. We begin our tour with a unique piece, a relic from the early big screen television era. Remarkable. Next, we find a juicer, which historians believe has only ever been used once. And finally, compact discs from the emo era. A rare find indeed. Some things should be history, but until then you could protect what's important to you and save by bundling your auto insurance with a renter's policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams, Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. Head to dripdrop.com now and use promo code RADIO20.
The South Shore's Morning News with Rob Hakala on 95.9 WATD.
8:56 on the South Shore's Morning News on your Tuesday. Thanks for being with us on the radio everywhere in the Audacy app and up on the YouTube feed, WATD Radio on YouTube. You can always watch the show live, WATD Radio on YouTube. You can watch, like, and subscribe up on the YouTube feed. And, of course, we encourage you also to connect there on the chat page as well. You can do that right up there in the chat room on the YouTube page. Or you can, of course, text in, as you know, 781-ANTHONY, 837-4900.
That's right.
Chime in and be a part of the show. 781-837-4900. Sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. All right, so free summer music is always a good thing, and we want to remind you about the Project Arts Concert Series, which happens on Wednesdays, so it's coming up tomorrow night. Grab a blanket and join Project Arts at Plymouth for their 29th season of free summer concerts. They do it every Wednesday evening, 6:30 to 9 on the historic Plymouth waterfront. And you can tune in if you go down there. I should say, if you stop by tomorrow, you can see, this will be great. It's 1989, which is a local Taylor Swift cover.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. That would make sense. 1989, a local Taylor Swift cover act. So if you head on down and just sit yourself down there, you grab your blanket and you can enjoy food. There'll be local food trucks there.
Wow, who doesn't like that?
I know, family-friendly activities right by the water. So bring a lawn chair or a blanket and an appetite for great music. It's every Wednesday night at the Bandstand in the DCR Pilgrim Memorial State Park with the Taylor Swift cover act 1989. And that'll be 6:30 to 9:30. Learn all about the Project Arts series online at projectarts.com. Projectarts.com. So that should be fun, and that's coming up tomorrow night in Plymouth. All right, we have the 9 o'clock news on the way. We're going to check in with ABC News at the top of the hour. Get you updated on all the national stories coming up at 9. New numbers show inflation cooled off a bit in June as the summer heat gets turned up for a lot of people across the country. We'll get more on that at 9. Local news, Dan McCready has it for you in the WATD newsroom at 9:02. Then we'll have our fifth and final hour, including our Paws and Claws segment with our great friends from Cape Cod Veterinary Specialists. That'll be coming up at 9:22 on 95.9 FM WATD. It's 8:59. WATD's traffic and weather on the 9s, and the expressway northbound remains jammed from Braintree all the way up towards Andrews Square. 93 on the southbound side. We have a disabled tractor trailer in the center lane, 93 south at Route 28 in Randolph. Jammed back to the Braintree split. That's what's making for a mess through there. Route 3 is heavy. Route 18 up through Braintree. Southbound is slow at the Derby Street lane drop in Hingham. Not too bad right now at the Cape Bridges, and not seeing any major delays on Route 24. South Shore weather for today. We are going to have a very hot and humid day. The high today, 95. The heat index near 100. For tonight, remaining very warm and uncomfortable, staying quite warm with a low down to 76. 77 degrees right now in Marshfield. Good morning. 9 o'clock.
This is the South Shores radio station, WATD FM Marshfield. And on your smart speaker, say play WATD. WATD, here for What's Next.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. More attacks from both sides in the Middle East. Iran and the U.S. have launched strikes, and oil prices up again this morning. Javed Ali is a former senior director for counterterrorism on the National Security Council.
It seems like we're almost back to where things were on February 28th to the middle of April, when every day both Iran and the United States and back then Israel were conducting hundreds of strikes against each other. And I think what we're seeing now, this is a battle of wills. Months into that post-February 28th opening salvos.
About 125 million people in the U.S. facing high heat today as a new summer heat wave pushes across the country. New York's governor is set to sign off on a one-year moratorium on building new data centers statewide above a certain size. It would be the first restriction of its kind in the country. This is ABC News. The man who headed the Uvalde School District Police Force on the day a gunman killed 19 students and 2 teachers is back in a Texas court today.
Former Uvalde Schools Police Chief Pete Arredondo is to stand trial early next year on charges that he endangered the lives of students and staff at Robb Elementary School by not responding quickly up to the 2022 mass shooting there. Arredondo wants 19 Border Patrol agents who were at the scene with him to testify at his trial, but Customs and Border Protection has resisted. Arredondo will make his case today before a federal judge. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
Wisconsin's Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez is running for governor, but says she's had to fire her campaign manager after discovering her campaign has far less money than she thought.
Because I was continually getting inaccurate reports from my campaign finance person, from my campaign manager.
She says she's staying in ahead of the August 11th Democratic primary. She called this a bump in the road. I'm Brian Clark, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
77 degrees outside of our South Shore studios at 9:02. Good morning. I'm Dan McCready, WATD News. And the news being brought to you by Cape Cod 5. Passionate about supporting the financial wellness of individuals, families, and businesses across southeastern Massachusetts. Visit their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth today. A Duxbury mom accused of murdering her 3 kids before attempting to take her own life faced her final pretrial hearing yesterday afternoon, where she was denied a motion to add women who suffered from postpartum psychosis or hallucinations to her witness list. In Plymouth Superior Court, Judge William Sullivan denied Lindsay Clancy's motion, saying he expects expert explanations of postpartum psychosis to suffice. Clancy faces murder charges in the deaths of her 5-year-old daughter Cora, her 3-year-old son Dawson, and her 7-month-old baby Callan. She has pleaded not guilty. Clancy is scheduled to face a jury next Monday at 9 a.m. in Plymouth Superior Court. WATD News Time 9:04. More of the day's top stories still to come.
At Cape Cod 5, we're proud to take an active role in helping to create strong and vibrant communities throughout our region.
From volunteering to providing financial education to sponsoring local events and organizations, giving back is a part of who we are. In fact, Cape Cod 5 gives over $1.5 million annually to community organizations, making a meaningful difference in the lives of those on Cape Cod, on the islands, and in southeastern Mass. Find out more at capecod5.com, member FDIC.
WATD News Time 9:04, and the news being brought to you by Brennan's Smoke Shop, Massachusetts classic smoke shop since 1993. Now also on Route 3A in Hudson, New Hampshire. Shop their unmatched selection of quality cigars and tobacco products today. A police promotion and the fire station will be among the topics of discussion when the Rockland Select Board meets tonight. And joining us this morning with a preview is Town Administrator Douglas Lapp. Mr. Lapp, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us.
You bet. Good morning to you too as well.
So as I mentioned, there will be a police promotion ceremony.
That's right. Chief Zioli will be in attendance at our meeting along with Police Officer Joe Esposito, who's being promoted to the rank of sergeant effective today, July 14th. He has close to 20 years of experience in law enforcement, 16 of those full-time service, and he has an associate's degree in criminal justice, and we're very excited to have him on board as a sergeant.
That will be followed by a discussion regarding water system upgrades.
That's right. So this will be actually a very quick discussion. We're just simply seeking the board's authorization for our sewer superintendent to be able to sign on to various contracts with the state's Clean Water Trust, also known as the State Revolving Fund, so we can get the best interest rates possible for debt that we're going to be issuing for improvements to our wastewater treatment plant and possibly even some loan forgiveness. So it's just really a quick procedural vote to authorize the sewer superintendent to execute those documents with the state.
There will also be an update on the fire station building project.
That's right. I'm very excited to be sharing this presentation with the Select Board tonight. We'll have representatives from our team, which includes our architect and our owner's project manager, and it's going to be a comprehensive overview of where we're at with the project that was approved by voters. So we'll touch on the recent demolition of an old building that was on the site that we're going to be constructing the new fire station headquarters. We'll get into budget and timeline. We're going to show where we're at with the plans in the middle of our design development. And most excitingly, we're going to be showing some renderings of what the building's going to look like, both an aerial view as well as different street views from the neighborhood, because we're trying to be very careful to have this new fire station really fit in the neighborhood. So we're very excited to share that. I encourage all Rockland residents to tune in and watch this presentation tonight.
And you're also going to be giving a report to the board. What can we expect there?
Sure. I'll talk a little bit about a change in leadership in our finance committee that was voted at their last meeting. I'll also go over a few updates in our health department. Briefly, I'm going to touch on the final state budget that was passed into law, really not a significant change compared to the assumptions we had when we went to town meeting. And I'll give a brief update to the board about the current status of our project at the Pleasant Street landfill. So a number of updates I'll be giving tonight.
Well, tonight's Select Board meeting will begin at 7 o'clock, and that will be at Rockland Town Hall. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We do appreciate it.
You bet. Anytime. Bye-bye.
WATD News Time 9:08. Traffic and weather on the 9s is next.
Hey, it's Jeff from Brennan's Smoke Shop. I've always been honest with you. We took 17 days suspension the end of February. Luckily, the snowstorm shut everything down. Tough winter. We're still here fighting to keep our small business alive in this Commonwealth. We've been fighting. We don't want to fight anymore. That's why everyone has to scan ID for our tobacco products. Brennan's Smoke Shop, the best smoke shop in Massachusetts. Customers gotta scan their IDs. Have a good day.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. It's 9:09 on your Tuesday morning, and we are still dealing with tough ride on 93. The reason there was a disabled tractor trailer in the middle of the highway. It was in the center lane, 93 South, right by Route 28 in Randolph. So that's pushing all the traffic back to Braintree, and that'll affect the top end of Route 3 as well. So it's going to be a tough ride if you're going up past the plaza on your way to Randolph. That's going to be a mess. Route 3 on the northbound side has some slowdowns coming up out of the Hingham-Weymouth line as you make your way up into Braintree. Southbound side of Route 3, not too bad at the Sagamore. 25 East is okay at the Bourne. No major delays on 44. 24 has some reduced speeds from Harrison to 139. And again, the expressway northbound, that's pretty tough there from Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. So that drive is about 35 minutes from Braintree to Boston. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
The heat is on across Greater Boston, the Metro South, and the South Shore. Heat advisories go up later this morning, and they last all the way through Wednesday. Some truly torrid times with temperatures today topping out into the mid-90s with an ample amount of sunshine. We'll start out our morning here into the mid-60s, but when we get into the afternoon, when you factor in the humidity with that high in the mid-90s, it will feel closer to 100 degrees with a southwesterly breeze that will be gusty. So only our coastal extremities will have a little bit of heat relief, like the tip of the Hull Peninsula and the tip of Cape Ann. Heading into tonight, look for a mainly clear sky. Tropical, the low temperature in the mid-70s. Could see a near record high minimum temperature tonight. Mostly sunny, hot for tomorrow with a gusty breeze, a baking breeze, the high in the mid-90s. Thursday sunny and hot still with that baking west wind, the high temperature near 90. And Friday sunny with highs in the upper 80s. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
77 degrees at the weather station WATD. I'm Dan McCready at 9:11. The South Shore's morning news continues now on 95.9 WATD.
Got it, and thank you so much. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Here we go. It is the fifth and final hour of the South Shore's morning news coming to you from Broadcast House here in beautiful Marshfield on Storied Enterprise Drive here at Broadcast House, our wonderful broadcast facility. I'm Rob Hakala with the morning team. Dan's in our newsroom. Anthony is our intern. Yeah, good morning to you. There's Dan over there in the news booth. He is checking in. And Anthony is our intern, of course, from Emerson and the town of Rockland. Town of Rockland.
That's right.
Go Bulldogs. All right, what's the Emerson mascot?
It's the Lions.
Go Lions.
Go Lions.
Bulldogs and Lions.
Bulldog and Lion.
All right. And then the non-Emerson graduates, Rob Hakala and Dan McCready.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dan, you didn't take any courses at Emerson. I know you went to, Suffolk?
Mm-hmm.
And then you also went to Northeastern.
Go Huskies.
Yes. Okay.
Two great schools.
Two great
went
schools.
To Suffolk, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like your time at both places, Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like I definitely really like Northeastern.
Northeastern,
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things.
School.
It's a good school.
I have two friends that go there. They like it a lot. So.
Yeah.
Very hands-on. I really learned a lot there.
Yeah. They're really very well known for that, right? Their co-op program and great school.
And one of my professors was portrayed by Michael Keaton.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in the was in Spotlight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie is one of my favorites.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, Michael Keaton's character, Walter Robinson, was a professor of mine. So
yeah.
I really like Michael Keaton. I have to say, over the years, I've pretty much liked everything that he is in.
Yeah.
And you know where he got his start?
Where did he get his start?
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Michael Keaton was part of the. What was he doing there?
He did a little bit of everything. Like he started off he was kind of like a little bit of a PA, but he would get things, and sometimes he would be a puppet person and kind of whatever they needed. And also, if you ever seen the bit The Flying Zucchini Brothers, he was one of the Flying Zucchini Brothers.
Really? The Flying Zucchini Brothers, Michael Keaton. Now, did he grow up in the Pittsburgh?
I believe so. I think that, but that was his first foray into television
he,
and
studied acting or.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love Mr. Mom, and then some people, Michael Keaton as Batman. He's still one of my favorites as Batman. I would pick him over any of the other guys that came later.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, is that going too far? I mean, did Christian Bale? A lot of people like Christian Bale.
Yeah, he was very intense.
He was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to be fair though to one of the sadly lowest rated Batmans was George Clooney. People did not like his. But to be fair to George Clooney, he was a last minute fill-in.
Who was it supposed to be?
I think it was supposed to be Val Kilmer again, and for some reason that didn't work out. So the director basically asked George Clooney to kind of come in really last minute and help him out.
George Clooney's awesome.
Did they also bring in Ben Affleck? Was he Batman?
Yes, he became Batman later on in Batman
really?
versus Superman.
There's so many Batmans.
Wow.
And actually, Mark Hamill is also a Batman.
Mark Hamill. What, did he do the voice?
No, I'm sorry. No, he was a Joker. I'm sorry.
He was a Joker.
No, but there's also there was a guy in Saturday Night Live who's Lego Batman.
Oh, that's right.
See, there's all the animated Batman.
Is that Will Arnett?
Will Arnett, thank you. Will Arnett is Lego Batman.
I like Lego Batman.
Yeah, that's a great movie. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I just did a Lego character talking makes me amused. I just enjoy it. I don't know what it is. But Michael Keaton was great, in so many movies. So how do we get on Michael Keaton? Oh,
my professor.
His professor
was portrayed by Michael Keaton.
Keaton.
Yeah.
Northeastern, Spotlight, Mr. Rogers,
My
Mr.
professor
Mom.
this upcoming semester, I guess, works at Spotlight. I'm taking an investigative journalism class.
Oh, good for you.
And I guess he's a professor for. I guess he works at
great.
Spotlight too. So.
Yeah, it's a very powerful movie, very powerful film, and I really did like the cast in that. It is a good film.
Yeah.
I thought Michael Keaton also was good. I know not as many people saw the film based on Kroc there, the guy that...
the founder, I think.
The founder, yeah. Did you see
McDonald's,
that?
right?
Yeah. He goes and he's like, the brothers, and one of them really doesn't really like him at all. I think they both were like...
That's on my list of stuff to watch.
Yeah.
I was looking at that yesterday.
I don't know. It kept coming up for me, and one time I didn't go see it in the theater, but I thought it was a very well done film again with Michael Keaton, very compelling and a good story. Let's see, Richard from Jamaica Plain on the text line. By the way, we do have the text line fired up this morning. It was a little late. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but we did reboot it, and it seems to be going. 781-837-4900, the text line, 781-837-4900. Richard from Jamaica Plain checked in. Our good friend Richard. Remember, he was just co-hosting the show. He says, good morning, Rob. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Dan. The Zucchini brother. Let's see. I hope they weren't vicious and didn't squash anyone. All right, that's Richard from Jamaica Plain. He wanted to get in on that, on the Zucchini brothers. Pete from Hingham wanted to say they have a good deal on Tuesdays, because I was mentioning, if you have the pass or whatever, you get $5 for a movie over at the Showcase. P says Patriot Cinemas at the Shipyard in Hingham is $6 Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
No, that's not
all day
bad.
and all night.
Wow,
that's a good deal for a movie. So if you want to go see a movie, it's usually good to take advantage. Tuesday seems to be one of these good days.
Yeah, well, when I worked at a movie theater, Tuesday was definitely the quietest of the days.
Okay, so that makes sense.
That's why,
Okay.
Yeah, and seeing a movie at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday is quite an experience.
Yeah,
I was going to
who
say
has free time on a Tuesday?
I don't know. I've always wondered who goes to those earlier. I mean, is it kids mainly?
You know who
students.
also it is, believe it or not, a lot of people who, one time when I went there, was a couple of truckers.
Okay.
A long-distance truckers, they had some downtime.
Something to do, yeah.
So they just figured they had a couple of hours to kill.
Better than sitting in the back of that little bed
classes,
they have in the back of the truck there. Yeah.
Plus, some people like to go there, people who work night shifts or whatever.
Yeah.
Then, you don't have as many crowds and all that.
I can see that. For the most part, I've always done late afternoons or evenings. But
those afternoon movies are fun.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's because of the lifestyle that Dan and I have now, usually getting up early. It's not very often I'll go to a late screening anymore. I mean, there's some days we could, I guess, but for the most part, I'm not going to do it.
When somebody one time said, I'll meet you late morning, and I was at their place at 8 a.m., they were like, what are you doing here?
That's late morning.
To me, my day's wrapping up.
He said, I'm here. Beep, beep.
That's early morning.
No, it's late morning for us.
Late morning. I know, that's right. I mean, we've already eaten lunch at this point. All right, so text in 781-837-4900. Anything on cheap movies or Zucchini Brothers or Michael Keaton.
Or Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. Perhaps the greatest TV showman in history, I think.
What's a good movie to see in theaters right now?
What's a good movie to see in theaters right now? Okay, that would be a good question. Who do you like in the World Cup? We've had a lot of people chiming in on that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to see, what do you want to see? You've got Spain and France today, and then tomorrow it's England and Argentina. Who would you like to see in the ultimate matchup of the World Cup.
And nerdy historical moment, both France and Spain were at different times ruled by the Bourbon family.
Oh. Also, speaking of, for France, today is a special day, right? It's Bastille Day. So I imagine they're going to be extra pumped, right?
So they have some luck, maybe.
Yeah, it's interesting because, today is the day. And so, Bastille Day celebrations in France.
From what I understand, it's sort of like their July 4th in a lot of ways.
Yeah. That's some audio there. July 14, 1789. So there you go.
When I was in Paris, they actually have like an outline on the street of where the Bastille once stood.
Really? Okay.
That's so cool.
It'd be fun to, those are really those kind of things to see. It's pretty, when you think about European, think about our history, and then you go to Europe, and it's like, wow, we're very young.
We're young.
What really old?
I think one time it struck me when I saw a restaurant that was founded in like 1472.
Oh, wow.
We didn't. They didn't even know we existed.
Yeah.
So
uncharted territory back then.
Oh,
literally, we were uncharted.
Yeah. I mean, think about that. 250 years is nothing compared to European history. All right, and then of course many more places around the world you could go.
Yeah.
China. Yeah. All right. Native American, yeah. All right. 781-837-4900 is the text line to chime in on any topic you want to bring up today. Coming up, we are going to have our Pause and Clause segment, so stick around for that. We're going to be checking in with a couple of our great friends from Cape Cod veterinary specialists. We have Dr. Kira Berg, and that would be great on its own, but she's teaming up with Lorelei DeVolio. It's a power-packed lineup coming up next on Pause and Clause. Right now, traffic and weather. 93 is jammed out of Braintree, getting over towards Route 28 in Randolph. That's where we had a disabled tractor trailer in the center lane, so it's tough there. Route 3, we have some slowdowns up through Weymouth and Braintree. We had more of a minor crash and maybe off in the breakdown lane after Route 18 in Weymouth to watch out for. Taking a look down the Cape, Sagamore and Bourne Bridges, not too bad. I am seeing a delay on 6 West, maybe an incident after... It would be 6 West. Looks like it's jammed after the Barnstable exit. We'll call it after 6 West after 132. Seeing a slowdown as you make your way on 6 West heading off Cape. So watch out for a slowdown through that stretch right after 132 in Barnstable. Could be a crash there. 24 is not bad. And as we mentioned, 93 is still jammed out of Braintree over to Route 28 because of that disabled truck. All right, South Shore weather for today. We are going to have a hot day today. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds and very warm with a high up about 95, hot and humid. It'll stay quite warm overnight, a low down to 76, and then tomorrow a low risk of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. The heat remains on 94 degrees. Right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, the temperature 78 degrees at the weather station, WATD. Coming up next, it's our Pause and Clause.
One-stop painting and renovating.
For 40 years, both homeowners and businesses across the South Shore have trusted One-Stop Painting to keep their properties looking their best. Whether you need interior or exterior painting, carpentry repairs, or professional house washing, One-Stop Painting has you covered. We use both soft and high-pressure washing techniques to safely clean everything from delicate siding and decks to walkways and commercial buildings. From a single room to an entire office complex, we proudly serve both residential and commercial customers with the quality, professionalism, and attention to detail that have made us the local favorites for 4 decades now. Thinking ahead, now's the perfect time to schedule your interior painting projects. Book your winter work early and ask about our winter discounts available on select interior projects. Don't wait until the schedule fills up. Call One Stop Painting today and discover why we've been the South Shore's trusted painting and property maintenance company for 40 years now.
Call us at 508-888-3500 or check us out online at onestoppainting.com.
One Stop Painting. One call does it all.
One Stop Painting and Renovating.
Red Sox Nation. Join us for Red Sox Day on Wednesday, July 15th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Irving in Pembroke. Stop by and see the World Series trophy, meet Wally the Green Monster, and enter to win tickets to a Red Sox game at Fenway Park. There will also be fresh food samples and surprise giveaways, all while supplies last. It's all happening on Red Sox Day, July 15th at the Irving, 92 Washington Street in Pembroke.
95.9 WATD, the South Shore's Morning News rolls on. I'm Rob Hakala with the morning team. Anthony is our intern, and you on the text line, 781-837-4900. All right, pause and clause time, Anthony. This is where we focus on the pet and animal world, and even the best pets can't clean up their own mess. Pause and Clause, sponsored by The Clean Team. Call The Clean Team to take care of fur, furniture, paw tracks, tiles, and all sorts of catastrophes and doggy dilemmas. Visit thecleanteam.net, thecleanteam.net. And once a month, Anthony, we check in with the great folks at Cape Cod Veterinary Specialists. You can find out more about them at capecodvetspecialists.com. And as I mentioned, we're going for a power-packed lineup today, Anthony. Not one, but two special guests. I know, not one, but two.
A full house.
It is. And joining us, we have our great friend, Dr. Kira Berg, and our other good friend, Lorelei DeVolio. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
All right. And this month, we are going to be focusing on reptiles and specifically reptile supplements. All right, so fill us in here. What do you mean, reptile supplements?
Well, we wanted to talk about this because there's a few, and there's some misconceptions. There's a lot of information on the internet and a lot of different opinions going around about what reptile vitamin supplements should or shouldn't be. So we wanted to kind of clear the air and talk about it a little bit.
All right, so this is important to do because, again, this is one of the great reasons that we have people on there. You're right. A lot of people take to the internet and they read a post from someone or a part of a thread, but you don't really know where that originates sometimes. And this is, a serious topic when it comes to your pet and their health. So fill us in on some of these myths and then what the actual type of things that reptiles should have.
Well, we wanted to start by talking about calcium supplementation. This is one of the big ones. So all animals require calcium in order to survive. Calcium fuels our muscles, which includes our heart. It is, in fact, a muscle. It creates bone strength. It serves many, life important functions that we need to survive. And reptiles are no exception. And sometimes with the food that we have available to them in captivity, it's not enough. So we have to supplement them with a calcium supplement. And when you go shopping for calcium supplements for reptiles, there's a lot of different options. One of the things people are going to see, the main difference, is there's calcium and there's calcium with or without D3, vitamin D3. And I think a lot of times people they just assume, oh, well, I know D3 is important for us. I know it's important for our reptiles. More is more. Let's get vitamin D3. Let's give it to our reptile every single day. And these sometimes can be a problem because you can actually over-supplement with vitamin D and cause kidney problems and other issues with over-supplementation, hypervitaminosis D. That can actually be a medical problem. So in general, we recommend using, for our reptiles, a calcium supplement that does not have D3. Particularly, we like a calcium carbonate. You can literally go onto Amazon and buy, or whatever your online shopping of choice is. I have no affiliation with Amazon. But go ahead, buy some calcium carbonate, and that's it. Now, the one caveat I will say is this is only good if you also provide UVB radiation for your reptile. We can talk about that a little later. I know we've talked about it in other episodes, but that is what you need in order to absorb the calcium. So in the event that you have a reptile, that you have great UVB radiation, you're taking your reptile outside for direct sunlight, do not use calcium with vitamin D3.
Okay, so no D3 then at all then. You're just saying look for something that just says calcium carbonate?
We're talking about it not in the diet. You don't need to supplement with D3 as long
okay.
as you have radiation. Yeah. Vitamin D can come in food items that you're feeding your reptile for sure. That's absolutely fine. That's normal. We just don't want people over-supplementing it with vitamins.
Okay, well, that makes. I mean, because just guilty as anything. We're guilty of over supplementing ourselves as people sometimes.
Oh yeah.
You just think, hey, I got a cold. We'll just keep throwing,
exactly.
5 times a dose must make it better.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work that way. So it's important. Obviously, reptiles are a completely different kind of system, but still the reasoning is sound here that you can't. You don't want to over supplement your reptile. So again, looking at the label is important. Is that key? Then don't additionally put so much D in.
Yeah, for sure. Just when you're talking about calcium supplements, just get plain calcium. Calcium carbonate, it's perfect. That is it.
Okay.
Is that for all reptiles or certain species or?
That's a good question. I think it's a general rule for all reptiles. There are some exceptions, like, for example, snakes. We don't generally supplement them with calcium at all. They're eating entire whole prey with bones and, organ meat. So they just don't require calcium in the same way as the other reptiles. That's the main. And some of the other carnivorous lizards, we might alter the calcium supplementation as well.
Like sometimes we don't have to do calcium supplementation every day, and especially with adults, you would move more towards like either every other feeding, right? So if an animal like a bearded dragon, they don't necessarily eat whole prey or like insects every day. They should be eating insects twice a week. So maybe we only supplement the calcium twice a week, or we do it every other day on their salads. Whereas babies would need supplementation every day. So it does depend on the life cycle and the stage, whether or not there's a female that's trying to be pregnant or has calcium problems because she has a history of reproductive disease. So the frequency of calcium supplementation can change, but in general, just like what Lorelei was saying, it is a safe bet to go with the calcium carbonate. And there's human-grade calcium carbonate, and that's why she was mentioning it on any kind of online supplement store. So you can get a massive bag that is labeled for humans and use it for your kiddos instead.
Wow.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, that's a good tip on that one. All right, so that's one of the important ones. And let's see, what else as far as supplements do we want to make sure we focus on?
Yeah, so the other one we really wanted to focus on was vitamin A, because this is a very, very complex situation. So we know that vitamin A is important for our vision, right? We're always talking about kids eating carrots and everything like that. But vitamin A is really important for maintenance of skin and certain types of cells that are found all over the body. So they're in the respiratory tract, in your lungs, your liver, your GI tract, your reproductive tract. So it's really the whole body that is maintained by vitamin A. And there are certain species of reptiles that are very sensitive to deficiencies, and those in particular are going to be like your chameleons, your leopard geckos. So technically not as like your crested geckos are not as likely, but your leopard geckos for sure, your fat-tailed geckos, any type of chameleon, and then emetid turtles, which is typically going to be like your pond sliders, your red-eared sliders, pond turtles in general. And so the reason for that is because these guys need a very specific form of vitamin A to be able to have that active vitamin working in their system. So they cannot convert beta-carotenes the way that our body can, for example. So they need specifically vitamin A palmitate or vitamin A acetate. And so that's something that owners need to be looking at the ingredients to make sure that that's appropriate. Preformed vitamin A is also okay, but if the multivitamin supplement does not include or says beta-carotene for those animals, it's not going to actually be enough for them, and then they can have full whole body deficiencies that can be life-threatening.
Boy, yeah, okay. So it's important really to keep track of these things. And then obviously, as you talked about, Dr. Kierberg, you mentioned specific times in a life cycle or what the creature is going through. So those are the kind of things that would be best to stay connected with the vet on to see, maybe where they are in their particular phase or life cycle.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's why going to the vet routinely is so important, because every year what we do at our hospital is we go through a very painstaking, it's an 8-page, high-detailed at-home information that we have the owners fill out every year, because we want to make sure that there are minor details like this that we're not missing, so that these animals can live long, healthy lives. I mean, your leopard geckos can live to 30 years. Chameleons may only live to 7 or 8, but they still have really important lives. And then your pond spiders can live up to 100 years old. So these are animals that really need that investment the same way we would put investment into ourselves.
All right, good stuff. All right, any final thoughts we wanted to make sure we get in on this segment? We've got Dr. Kira Berg and Lorelei DeVolio with us, Cape Cod veterinary specialist, talking about reptiles and specifically reptile supplements in order to keep your pets healthy and really the healthiest possible. Any other things we wanted to make sure we get out word to people?
I think the only other one would be there's a lot of different reptile multivitamins on the market that people can buy, and there is a place for them. There's different vitamin Bs, B1, B2. There's also vitamin C, vitamin K, E, and those are also important nutrients. And, depending on, the quality of the vegetables and fruits that you may or may not be feeding your reptile, those multivitamins may also be really important. In general, we evaluate exactly what our patients are eating and then kind of determine how frequently they may or may not need those vitamins based on the diet. As a general rule, it might only be needed like every other week. Again, sometimes more depending on what that individual reptile might be eating, which is why, veterinary care is super important. You need to make sure that each animal is treated as an individual based on what they're, eating at home. But in general, there is a place for those multivitamins as well.
All right, good stuff as always from Dr. Kira Berg and Lorelei DeVolio from Cape Cod Veterinary Specialists. They join us once a month, our friends over there, and if you want to find out more, you can stay connected by checking out the website, CapeCodVetSpecialist.com, CapeCodVetSpecialist.com, and you can click on that Zoo Exotics Medicine tab under our services, and you'll find out more about the great programs and services. And they join us once a month, Anthony, as part of Paws and Claws. So Dr. Kira Berg and Lorelei DeVolio, thank you so much, and I hope you're having a great summer so far.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Bye. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye.
95.9 WATD, Paws and Claws, sponsored by The Clean Team.
Hello, I am a nice dog in a loving home. My owners call me Stop That.
Stop that! You got mud all over the carpet.
Stop that! Get off the couch. Oh, now it's covered in your hair and drool.
Stop that! You're supposed to pee outside.
Then they found the Clean Team. When a Clean Team came, they gave the carpets and furniture a deep cleaning. You'd never know that I was here once they were done. The sofa looked like new again. They cleaned the tiles in the bathroom where I take my bath, and the whole house smelled so clean. Now all I hear is,
Good dog! Bring me the ball. That's a good dog.
if you've got pets or if you've got kids, call the Clean Team. Your dog will thank you.
Even good dogs can't clean up their own mess. The Clean Team can clean your carpets, couches, hardwood floors, rugs, or drapes, even the grout and tiles in your bathroom. Call them today at 781-585-4678 or see a list of their services online at thecleanteam.net.
Plan a getaway and enjoy a long weekend exploring Plymouth. Go outside and whale watch, hike, walk along the ocean, and dine outdoors. At night, enjoy live music, theater, art shows, and ice cream under the stars. Begin your Friday night at the corner of Court and North from 4 to 6 and listen to live music at Sea Plymouth's Fridays on Shirley Square. Then head into a weekend of relaxed fun. Plan your Plymouth getaway on the Sea Plymouth app, brought to you by VisitMA.com.
On this week's edition of Extreme Makeover, Luchetti's edition, we feature the Jones family. The Jones family has been driving around with dents and dings in an old beat-up car after a recent fender bender. Just a short time ago, the crew from Luchetti's got their hands on the car and vowed to make some magic happen. After some hard work on the side panels, mirrors, and bumpers, let's see what this team of cosmetic repair specialists cooked up. Mr. Luchetti, move that bus!
Oh my God, would you look at that? It's as good as the day it was driven off the lot.
I barely even recognize it.
This is not just a car, it's a new beginning. All thanks to the team at Luchetti's.
When your car is in need of a makeover, trust the team at Luchetti's because you can't compete with complete.
Coming up on WATD, we'll have our local artist, John Shea, will give us a preview as to what's coming up tonight on Almost Famous. We'll check in with John next. Right now, 9:39, WATD's traffic and weather on the 9s. Disabled tractor trailer all cleared and all lanes open. 93 south near Route 28 in Randolph, so that's good news. The bad news, still jammed up, though, out of Braintree over to Randolph. Route 3, slowing down around Union Street up to the split. Southbound is slow at the Derby Street lane drop in Hingham. Not too bad at the Sagamore. Some reduced speeds at the Bourne. And the expressway is heavy from Furnace Brook up towards Andrews Square. South Shore weather for today. We are going to have a very hot and humid day. The heat will be in place for the next several days. Hot and humid around the South Shore. The high today up about 95. Tonight staying quite warm overnight. The low will drop down to 76. Tomorrow, sun blending with some clouds. There's a low risk of a late shower or thunderstorm. Tomorrow's high 94. Thursday, sun mixing with afternoon clouds. A low risk shower or thunderstorm. Thursday's high 90. High tide coming in at 11:50 this morning. The low tide 5:49. Right now, 78 degrees in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD. All right, it's time now to check in with John Shea. We're going to get a preview as to what's coming up tonight on his show, Almost Famous Radio. That will be coming your way tonight from 8 to 10. John's got a great show for you each week as he highlights great local artists, and he's going to do that for us right now. Also, a special giveaway tonight at 8:30. John said he's going to be giving away the pair of tickets to Levitate. That's right, I know. That's the show everybody wants to go to.
Exactly.
Have you ever been?
I have not.
I've not been. I've heard about it. I guess it's the concert to go to. John Shea's got some tickets to win. That'll be at 8:30 tonight on Almost Famous. John?
Thank you. To learn more about the local music community we have here on the South Shore and across New England, join me later on tonight, 8 till 10, for Almost Famous, our local music show brought to you by Tiny & Sons Glass. Later on tonight on the Tiny Stage, I'll be joined in studio by the band Gold Hoax, based right here on the South Shore. You can also catch Gold Hoax live on July 23rd. They'll be at Bridgewater Music Alley. Here's a preview of what you'll be hearing later on tonight from Gold Hoax. It's called Back to the City. Your local artist of the day, 95.9 WATD.
Somebody get me back to the city where the streets are all on fire, and I can let the sound drown my feelings out. I don't want to talk about it, rather have the neighbors shout it, keep me up all night. Let it be just fine. I'll give this everywhere to run, nowhere to hide. Somebody get me back to the city before I lose my mind. I gotta calm down, but it's getting old now. Picket fences, shopping centers, soccer moms and great pretenders every night. Sleep at night. Out here there's everywhere to run, nowhere to hide, nowhere to hide, nowhere to Somebody get me back to the city where no one knows my name, and I can disappear like I was never here. I haven't seen enough to lay my body down, leave my ghost to haunt this house, but some days I wonder if I'm alive. Out here there's everywhere to run. You know there's everywhere to run.
our local artist, Gold Hoax. And Back to the City is the name of the song. Gold Hoax is the group. And for more great local music, you can tune in tonight. John Shea and Almost Famous Radio. That'll be from 8 to 10. And John will also have that final opportunity for you to win tickets to see Levitate, the music festival everybody wants to go to. And if you want to win tickets, that is tonight at around 8:30 Eastern Daylight Time. John says he'll be doing the specific giveaway. So make sure you tune in tonight for Almost Famous Radio. All right, let's see. We have a few events to talk about in history, Anthony. We love doing that. And then any final text messages you want to get in. If you have a question about Emerson or maybe a specific question about Rockland, Anthony would be happy to answer those. 781-837-4900 is the text line, sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. 781-837-4900 is the text line. All right, so we mentioned 1789. Today is the event symbolizing the start of the French Revolution. Citizens of Paris stormed the Bastille prison and released the 7 prisoners held there. Bastille Day. Yeah. It's a big day, as we talked about in France. They're going to have, well, they already had, because it's, you know, what is it, 6 or 7 hours ahead over there. So they've already had some of these events. They've already celebrated, but later at 3,
big day,
we'll see for France as they are playing in the World Cup today, the semifinal, France and Spain. France and Spain. All right, 1789 is that event. 1881, heard of Billy the Kid? I think that's one of those famous outlaws. Outlaw William H. Bonney Jr., alias Billy the Kid, shot and killed this date by Sheriff Pat Garrett in Fort Sumner in present-day New Mexico. It was this date...
Wild West story.
Yeah, the wild Billy the Kid. Let's see. And it was this date... I saw a little bit of some history that ties into a Massachusetts guy, Harry Atwood, 1911, an exhibition pilot for the Wright brothers, is greeted by President William Howard Taft after he lands his airplane on the lawn at the White House. Probably difficult to do with all the construction they have now. But back then, you could land in your little airplane, and he was allowed, by the way. This was not something he did that he got in trouble for. And so he was born in Roxbury, born in Massachusetts. He set some long-distance flying records, delivered the first air mail in New England. Harry Atwood. How about that? You may have not heard about this guy. And within 3 months of his first lesson, he flew a record-breaking 76 miles from Boston to Washington.
That's insane.
And July 14, today, 1911, lands on the White House lawn. The president comes out there. Hello, Mr. Atwood. Let me shake your hand.
The first DoorDash.
Yeah. Let's see. He died in 1967 at 83. 5 wives. All right, there you go. Married 5 times. All right, 1911, that's Harry Atwood. And then 2013, dedication of a statue of Rachel Carson, celebrating the environment. A sculpture named for the environmentalist Rachel Carson was dedicated in Woods Hole, Massachusetts, this date in 2013. So there you go. There's some big events in history. I see on the calendar today, it's Cow Appreciation Day. Whenever I think of cows,
Appreciation Day.
I think of ice cream. I can't help it.
Cows.
I love the cows. You know, I want to go see
Peaceful Meadows.
The Peaceful Meadows. Yeah, the Hornstra cows. Cows equals ice cream to me as a kid.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy Cow Appreciation Day. Also, it's kind of interesting, that you would think that it's today in the summer. I wouldn't think this is definitely the food to fill up on, but it's National Mac and Cheese Day. That's something most kids like.
Who doesn't like mac and cheese?
I think, because that's always been like the go-to, the Kraft, what is it, the Kraft mac and cheese, a little box of mac and cheese.
My roommate eats mac and cheese every single day.
Yeah, you could survive on that, the mac and cheese. So people were saying, mac and cheese is good for kids, and a lot of other people feel it's also an affordable type of meal. Mac and cheese. I do like a lot of the fancier mac and cheese dishes. Some of the, mac and cheese with like short ribs or something like that.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese is good.
Pork,
and this is good because Larry always has one of these if you need one. National Tape Measure Day. Tape Measure Day.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
celebrating
cool.
the tape measure. So there you go. That's important, Ev. You know, the National Tape Measure Day is today on this July 14th. And I always...
Have you seen
What?
my tape
Ow!
measure?
Oh, I know. I always... It's something...
Everyone's
Do
favorite
people
fidget
steal
toy.
yours?
I put them somewhere and I never know where they are.
Yeah, that's important because people will steal
Yeah.
those. But I always remember, like, you know, you'd let it, like, spin away. And then
it's
you're...
a fidget toy.
You can slice your finger with
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
And you can ruin it as well.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Tangle it up. Yeah.
Yeah, as I did before. I couldn't get it back in one time. I ruined my dad.
Yeah.
He got mad at me.
Yeah.
I remember that. Don't play with your tape measure, kids, on Tape Measure Day. Anyway, we... Ow! All right.
Flies back at you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
snaps back. Tape Measure Day. All right, well, any comments on that? Get them in. 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. All right, coming up, we'll get to the final text messages, and we'll find out what's on your mind. We'll read those messages, so if you want to chime in, now's the time to do it. 781-837-4900 is the text line. Get it in there if you have a final thought or a question for myself or Anthony or Dan. 781-837-4900. Larry is here, and he's not just wandering around for no reason. He's going to be in for Audrey today, if you're wondering. That's why he is in, and he's going to be in 10 to 3 today for the midday, keeping you company. So stay tuned for Larry's up for Audrey as well. And you can... Oh, there he is again. Oh, what do you got?
Just want to measure how far away you are from
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Celebrating the
Look at that.
special
Look at
day
that.
over
This
there.
is a mini. Wait a minute. What does that say on there?
Building 19.
All right,
Don't you
hold
just
that
love
up
a
for the
bargain?
camera there.
Don't you just love a bargain?
Building 19. He's got, look at how my...
Now, if you go to YouTube, you'll see a tape measure.
I know.
On National Tape Measure Day.
I know.
A tiny one.
From Building
That's
19.
awesome.
That's great.
Hey, this is what Tiny and Brown. You should have these.
Yeah, little
Put
tiny
on
tape
it.
measures.
Tiny tape measure.
Tiny tape measures.
That's awesome.
I like that. I love that. It's useful.
So Building 19.
Building 19. I love that. That's great. I remember that was a fun, great time there at Building 19. My grandmother worked there for a little bit in the office in Hingham.
Oh, wow.
So I remember that. Yeah. Let's see. We'll get to traffic and weather, and then we have the entertainment report, and then Larry is going to be in, take you through from 10 to 3 right now. Let's get a check of the roads and the weather. 93 south was slow as you make your way out of Braintree. Had some pockets getting over into Randolph from some earlier troubles. The expressway northbound is heavy, Furnace Brook to Andrews Square. 3 north is slow, Union Street to the Braintree split. We had a crash that cleared 6 west after 132 in Barnstable, and 24 hit some pockets around Harrison and 139. South Shore weather for today, it's going to be very hot and humid right through the day today, in fact, for the next several days. So let's get those details now. The South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather. Here's meteorologist Josh Nichols.
The heat is on across Greater Boston, the Metro South, and the South Shore. Heat advisories go up later this morning, and they last all the way through Wednesday. Some truly torrid times, with temperatures today topping out into the mid-90s with an ample amount of sunshine. We'll start out our morning here into the mid-60s, but when we get into the afternoon, when you factor in the humidity with that high in the mid-90s, it will feel closer to 100 degrees with a southwesterly breeze that will be gusty. So only our coastal extremities will have a little bit of heat relief, like the tip of the whole peninsula and the tip of Cape Ann. Heading into tonight, look for a mainly clear sky. Tropical, the low temperature in the mid-70s. Could see a near record high minimum temperature tonight. Mostly sunny, hot for tomorrow with a gusty breeze, a baking breeze, the high in the mid-90s. Thursday sunny and hot, still with that baking west wind, the high temperature near 90. And Friday sunny with highs in the upper 80s. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
79 right now in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite play his acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network.
Because shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
ABC Entertainment News.
He was weak. Say it. No, Mama. He was weak.
Carrie White is coming to the small screen, and Prime Video has released the first look. Described as a surprising reinvention of the Stephen King classic, the first ever series adaptation of Carrie will premiere this fall.
It's too late, Kruger. I know the secret now.
In other horror remake news, Paramount has reached a deal to adapt A Nightmare on Elm Street into a new film. The project is currently in development under their new genre label, Paramount Primal. We have our first trailer for the upcoming satirical comedy Digger. The new film stars Tom Cruise as Digger Rockwell, an oil executive tasked with solving an environmental crisis his business has created. Digger arrives in theaters on October 2nd.
I am going to create an environment that is so...
And happy birthday to comedian Jane Lynch, who is 66 today. Michelle Franzen, ABC.
By the middle of the week, so much news has come your way, you need your own team to sort it out. Lucky for you, there's Jared Valenzola and the JV team to talk about the things you've heard and catch you up on some things you might not know.
I'm Jared Valenzola. Join me and my guests as we have fun with current events and try to put things into perspective each week. Sponsored by Corey Welch of Boom Realty. Catch the JV team tomorrow night at 6:15 here on 95.9 WATD.
All right, final thoughts here. 781-837-4900 is the text line. 781-837-4900, sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body, as we're coming to you from the beautiful Coastal Heritage Bank studios. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Coastal Heritage Bank. And, we want to thank Coastal Heritage Bank for sponsoring our great studios. You can check the studio out on YouTube, WATD Radio on YouTube Live. WATD Radio on YouTube Live. Community focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. All right, Anthony, let's see what we got here on the text line. And, Larry, just the tape measure grew?
Yeah, it's a little bigger than it was before.
Yeah, look at that.
There we go.
I know, because some people were...
water them.
Well, yeah, because they were saying we had some people saying, I can't see the tape measure Larry's holding up. Now you can see it.
Here's a bigger
right?
one.
So there you go. So I don't need to use any fake sound effect either.
If you're on the YouTube stream, this
is it. Because the reason we have it is because it's National Tape Measure Day.
And we're celebrating.
We are celebrating. I can find one.
Yeah.
I can never find one.
No, I know. Well, now you have multiple.
This somewhere where I won't be able to find it.
I know. I love that. Let's see what we got here. We had Gray Wolf enjoying the show. Appreciate that. Nina in Scituate says, when it comes to the World Cup, I want to see England beat Argentina, and I want to see Spain beat France. She wants the other teams.
The others.
I mean it mainly because most of the texts we've got wanted to see.
Yeah.
They want to see France and Argentina.
Yeah.
Kevin says wants France and Argentina for the final. Thank Paul, Sandy. Oh, Gene from Norwell checked in. Gene says, good morning. I always learn something with the Tech Talk segment with David Snell. One of the many great services you provide.
I love learning a lot from that, too.
David Snell on Tuesdays, our Tech Talk Tuesday segment with David Snell. Thank you, Gene from Norwell. Richard from Jamaica Plain checked in. And we also had Pete from Hingham that checked in. Again, he would like France versus Argentina final. And he also wanted to remind cheap movies at Patriot Cinemas at the Shipyard in Hingham. $6 Tuesdays all day, all night to get out of the heat and see a movie on a Tuesday is a good day to do it.
Down by the water, too.
Yeah, be a good place to go. Pete also wanted to say, Anthony, Pete says, even though he's Pete from Hingham now, he went to Rockland High School. Class of 1987.
1987. I was class of 2024.
There you go.
Would you look at that.
Look at that, from the town of Rockland. He says, Rockland High School class of 87 won the state championship in soccer.
Oh, yeah.
In 1985. That was a big year.
There's a big trophy
Pete
case,
knows his soccer then. Okay.
Yeah.
So, he wants to see a great France versus Argentina final. That's Pete from Hingham, formerly of Rockland. All right. Does that make sense? It does. Thank you so much. All right, good text messages coming in today. You can keep those coming for Larry. He's going to take you through right through the midday today. And let's see. We had Lisa in Humrock send us a photo of a cow because it's Cow Appreciation Day. Lisa in Humrock said, "This is my mom's pet Black Angus bull."
Wow.
And and it's named Freight Train. Freight Train.
Cute.
Yeah. I know. It's a nice... You guys like cows? Larry,
Happy
do you
Cow
like cows?
Appreciation Day.
You like cows, right? Yeah.
They're awesome.
Let me put Larry on there.
Yeah, cows are great. The historic O'Neill Farm in Duxbury.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, think about that. You remember, when we go to the... always fun to go to the fair, right? You see the different people with the...
Jimmy Nielsen's family with all their animals.
Yeah.
Of course, you can go to Honstra Farms and see cows.
I
With
know.
cows,
There's
there's
ice
ice cream.
Right?
Yeah, I think,
Whitman?
and Whitman and Norwell.
They took over the Peaceful Meadows.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good photo, Lisa. I'll have to share that. I ran out of time today to be able to put it up for the YouTube audience. But thanks for checking in. It's a good picture of a cow, and we'll share that again. All right, Anthony, thank you. You coming back on Thursday?
That's right, Anthony Ciano.
All right.
Coming back.
Anthony Ciano. By the way, want to thank also Lord Hadaway, who's back from vacation. Lord Hadaway said, great job, Anthony. And Lord Hadaway says, I was in London for the England versus Norway game. It was amazing. Let's see. And we can use that tape measure to measure the smaller one.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's what Lord Hadaway says.
You could
All right.
fit like 10 of the smaller ones in that big one.
That was a good point.
So
good
the
point.
smaller one became the larger one.
Became the larger one.
Yeah, grew.
All right. Well, Anthony, you'll be back on Thursday. Will be my day of physical. I'm going to go in and see Dr. Lane. I had the blood test yesterday, so that was a lot of fun. Love going to get the blood test.
Right?
Do you like getting you getting your blood? Does anybody like
Does
that?
these doctors know when you give the blood, right? And they said, I had to not eat anything for a while. I was waiting for you to pass out on the way out of the building.
I know.
Do they know that you do a work shift before?
I don't know.
So it's a long day.
I
probably should let them know.
I know.
That.
I was hungry, but I didn't eat anything, because you need to fast and give good results.
That's awful.
And I went in and they remodeled it, and I swear they made the waiting room. I don't know if this is true, but maybe it's my imagination. I went in the waiting room, and I thought that they made the waiting room smaller. So I went in there yesterday, and there were
more room for
8
the
people,
blood,
and there were only like 2 seats left. So there were a lot of people in there and I said, wow, it's a very busy Blood Monday.
The vibes are not high when you're in the
nobody said
blood
anything. Yeah.
waiting room.
Yeah. It's good because I swear they used to have like a little water bubbler or something out there. But anyway, it's just seats and a big monitor. And of course, you got to check in yourself now too. Check in with the self-kiosk.
I don't like that.
All right. Scan your ID. All right. Well, anyway, we'll see how the results are. I'll let you know if you care. All right. Anyway, Anthony, we'll talk to you Thursday. Larry's
That's
up.
Right.
Midday show. Enjoy it and make sure you keep those texts coming. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
I don't know.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote.
Didn't write no more.
Didn't write no more.
She left the gloom hanging round my front door.
The South Shore's breaking news, weather, and traffic station.
95.9 WATD.